Good? Painless?
Perfect. Yeah. Now they give me a double. Oh,
Okay. Double nashes. Good? Painless?
perfect. Yeah.
Right, we're on. There we go. So I'll just say welcome, good evening, 17th of August, 8:31. Well done, everybody. Gold stars all round. How are we?
All good. Thank you.
Great.
I might just have to disappear in a second just to take delivery. But I'll only be a minute, if that.
Yeah, you get your food. What did you say you ordered? I didn't hear it or I forgot.
Oh no, just burgers, mate, from Five Guys, I think. Right, I'll be back in a sec, everybody.
So we arranged to go live. We did it in advance and he orders food for when we go live. Typical. That's all I'm going to say. Anybody else eating? Any appointments? Right, let's get posting. I'll get posting to the places. Albert, Anders, would you like to say hello? Introductions, etc.?
Hello, etc., etc.
Priceless. I walked into that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's truly a unique experience being in this alliance.
Thank you.
I've done the .com. Bosh. Let's check. Does the mic sound alright? I turned up my gain because it's far further away than usual, so.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good.
Anybody recognise that? Let's check. Brilliant. Albert, as you're off camera, it turns out that when I've selected gallery view for us all on Zoom, it shows all four of us, but your camera is not on, so you're not missing out as such, but it's got Anders, Kev and me, and it's declined to put you on. But I've seen other YouTube channels using Zoom format going live, and it has like up to 50 of them on. I've asked for gallery of four of us, and it's given us 3.
We need a handsome face.
No, look here. Look at that. My face has been smashed off over here. Let me,
That's Andy, I'm back. Wanted a handsome face.
What we got? Oh, I can't. It's all
Do you
mirrored.
know what that means in Swedish? What a handsome face?
What does it mean?
Did he just fart?
It's a bit like wooden spoon. Nothing like, but it's similar. Wooden spoon in Magyar, Hungarian. It sounds like the English. Well, I'll say what it is in Hungarian, and you can tell me what it sounds like in English. So just
Fuck you.
say again.
Fuck you.
It's similar, not bad. Half a point. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. There you go. I've put not made for children, so we're allowed to use expletives. We're allowed to speak freely.
That's Andy, I'm free reign now.
Exclamations all round.
Yeah, I didn't purposefully order food. It's somebody that also lives in this house went out enjoying themselves and didn't get back till late. Yeah, we are. We're talking about you live and direct.
Enjoying themselves? What? Okay.
Yeah, went off gallivanting, while I get left here with the children. Usual stuff. Cinderella.
handsome face. There we go. Pumpkin. Pumpkin, that's it. Oh, I'll mute that. Top messages 7. Where are they then? Live chat.
Yeah.
All right. So who's in? 7 of them. All right. What? It's just picking up now.
Yeah, I can't see chat room or anything because I haven't got the laptop out here, and my tablet's too old to play YouTube anymore.
And I'm sitting outside, so I only have the phone here.
All right. So me and Bert then. Bert, can you see the chat room?
He's gone back to sleep.
Oh, sorry, evening. Yeah, I'm here. I was posting in the groups and whatever, and then I'm on the chat thing. I've got it up on another phone, so.
Oh, good man.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just doing Facebook now. So you've had some rotations around the sun. Let's start with that. So the midlife crisis meeting menopause. Team effort on that one. I think it's one of the better titles for the random chats we have that we've done. So again, well done. I'm loving that. We're going to celebrate tonight. What we're doing. The title lets you know. The theme. And so Bert and Kelvinius have had celebrations for born days, aka what you formerly know as birthdays. Celebrate life in general. These two at this time, even though myself and Anders are as equal as these, we'd like to give thanks and respect and love for the fact that they've managed another, at this time in life, every year's a blessing, isn't it?
Every minute.
Yeah, you never know if you're going to get banged up for something that you might have written and hurty words online, or you might get taken out by, an unsuspecting assailant somewhere because you've looked at them the wrong way.
That would have made mine.
What's that?
I'm waiting for some repercussions from a hurty word hand grenader through the other day.
I actually have some experience. Actually, it's 10 years more than you, David. And I'm going to tell you what a midlife crisis is for me. It's because you're going up a hill when you grow up. And when you come to midlife, then you're on top of that hill. Then you don't have to fight anymore. So then you feel useless. There is nothing more to fight for. Then it just go downways, it just go downhill, Everything going to be easier. I tell you that. So it's no meaning to have a midlife.
Yeah, but it's going downhill. It's going to be easier. But the important thing is you forgot there's no brakes.
Yeah, and it gets faster and faster.
Well, no pause, menopause. I used to be more like Crazy Horse, full of energy, full of beans, too much caffeine, etc. And I remember one time somebody said to me that the way I live my life and go through my days is like how you eat ice cream on a hot day. I beg your pardon. Something about licking coming to mind is all I could think of. What are you trying to infer? And they were like, well, when you have an ice cream on a hot day, David, you get through it as fast as you can before it melts generally. And I'm like, okay. And you treat the days, like an ice cream on a hot day. You get through them as fast as you can. I'm like, yes, well, it's just the way I am. It's just my cup overfloweth. I've made improvements in that area, partly due to testosterone levels dropping, not so much all of my own efforts, but I've become the observer rather than the participant in some aspects, and some of it's metabolism based, some of it is conscious based, knowingly working on that.
But when you're over 50, you're not going to need your hormones anymore. That's what. Right.
What? Do you want to buy some then? Really?
Yeah, you don't need them.
We notice the drops in various metabolisms. The belly widening, the waistband, a meter. Also,
It's last year of my 50s.
Yeah, you must be in the last year of the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get new digits next year.
There we go. So, Bert, what happened for your celebrations? Have you got anything you'd like to share, or would you like to discuss, talk about life, where you are, where you was at, things like that, reflection?
No, I didn't do shit, mate. Yeah, that's what happens when you get in your older days. You get a bit boring. Yeah. Well,
Speak for yourself.
all right. Yeah. No, well, I can't be going out and all that. Yeah. Don't drink no more, do I? So, yeah.
No, fair enough.
Sounds boring. Yeah, I don't drink too much. No, I don't have to drink. Stop the burning, smoking, all forms. I have a drink Christmas. Sometimes, if I can't sleep, I've got emergency medicinal Scottish whiskey, Scotch in the cupboard. A little bit of Bailey's, coffee. I've even gone to the lengths of decaf coffee because I don't like the fizzy drinks all the time. And I could drink it neat on ice, but sometimes you get a bit too drunk too soon. See the whole of the moon. What's happening here? Shit, I've had half a bottle.
Already, yeah.
Now being coffee, it's somewhat like...
That's my trouble, mate. I get a bit greedy.
Yeah, it's like when they have people have wine and they use it with carbonated water or, lemonades or something. So they
a spritzer.
Yeah, spritzer.
That's good.
That sounds like a bad porno movie.
Yeah.
Well, you would know, wouldn't you? Eh? When I was on about Yanker.
Is that your broadcasting shirt, Kev?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So everyone knows. Yeah. I'm
no,
Kevin.
So I can remember what my name is. No, what it actually says is my mate had it made up for me, and it says, Kevin, the one everyone has warned you about. Didn't need to put it on because my name's on the screen. At least I've only got to look down to remember who I am.
Yeah.
Let's check the room and give a shout out. Benjamin D. Crossland, we need to be childlike, ? So that's a question, but it's a statement as well. That was quite early on in the chat. Confused, but yes, we will never grow up. We are
we're men.
Very immature, yeah. On about birthdays, born days, rotations around the sun. We're still young at heart, aren't we all, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to agree.
Children of the Creator, yeah. Eric, Aopol, what? Got no gentle into that good night, but go raging and kicking. Forgive me if I've misquoted that. Go no gentle into that good night, but go raging and kicking. Ah. Kevin, you're a quote master. What's he on about there? I've no clue.
There is a quote. I can't think of it, but I know what he's quoting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just can't think of the full thingy.
The fool? I'm going to say Eric's no fool. The fool. Eric also says, you will notice your brain will lie to your body, telling it, yeah, you can do that. Not.
Exactly.
Really?
Absolutely.
Anything to
Absolutely.
say?
I'll do that. Oh, every time. I'll get that cracked out. 3 or 4 steps towards the task. Or maybe I won't. Oh dear, here goes my heart. I'm sweating. Yeah. The mind is deceiving.
You mean, it reminds me of just on Friday morning when I showed you a lot that had got half a ton of tiles to bring in. And I said, maybe some time, bear with. And I did it in 10 minutes. And then I realised, I think I've pulled me back.
Just do it.
Yeah, I'm alright. I didn't. I did it properly. I know how to do manual handling, but it's you have to take more care. Going to the garden and bending down to get a weed and pulling you back. What's all that about? Or tying your shoes or something. Noticing drafts. Oh, there's a bit of a draft. When I said that at 22, I know that much.
Yeah.
The road gets narrower. Connect sphere. It's quite a lot of new names here. User handles. The road does get narrower. Your sound has an annoying hiss, David. Again. Alright, I'll turn that down, thank you. There we go. I'll try that. That should be better.
He has got a fan on in the room as well.
Oh yeah. How did you know that, Kevin?
Because you told me at the beginning, you prawn.
God. Incessant.
I love your brutalness, Kev.
Everybody knows where they stand.
No, going up in front of a judge or questioning officers, it's like, how do you do? Well, you've worked with these lot for 5, 7, 10, 15 years, respectively each. It's no problem. Oh wow, we're as hard on each other as we need to be. Yeah, keeps us in check, keeps us in line, sharp as ever. And you are all very sharp, sarcastic, funny, good memories. It's the articulation of intellect and intelligence is sometimes unfathomable.
We got great rapport.
So who else we got then? I got to Benjamin, Eric, Connexphere, L. Oh no, why did you do this to me? L-tryptophan is the most amazing sleep remedy. It's an amino acid building blocks of life.
True.
The chemist, over to the chemist in Sweden. What do you say? AKA Anders.
It's true.
Yeah, you know of this. What do you know of L-tryptophan, Gans?
Nothing, but I know it's true.
Okay. Albert, yeah, G-man, son of Mick. Alright then.
Evening to all of you. Nice to see you. I can't see the chat room. Just to let you all know.
See you, Kevin.
No, that's because the sun's setting. I'll be inside lit in a little while. Just letting Anne have her food and stuff, and then I'll go back inside. It was nice when I came out.
Oh, you've come out, have you? You've walked into this one. When did you come out? What's going on here? That's better.
I've always been out.
I'll put it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was actually hearing something really good today. And they said it's better to light a candle than moaning over the darkness.
Okay, where did you hear this, Anders?
Don't ask me those stuffs. I have so short memory, you know. I only remember stuffs that I learned a couple of years ago.
All right. Do any of the chat room or those on the replay, because you can put comments in the video after it's cast, know of a man commonly known as Roger Taylor? because I'm going to send a link actually to his daughter Kevin while I think of that for tonight's show, because we're here also not just to celebrate Bert and Kevin's recent rotation around the sun, complete revolution, but also to pay homage and respect and remembrance to the legacy of the man commonly known as Roger Taylor. You will all be thinking, I know that name from somewhere. Well, Kevin, where did I know that name from?
from many of his debt groups, and he'd been around. He was around a long time. What a amazing bloke. Personally, I had a great friendship with him, which I wouldn't change for anything, and I'm still quite hurt over. It was so quick. He just went downhill so quick, and a real tragedy. And he'll be sorely missed. And if you're floating about out there, Rog, we all love you, mate. You're an absolute star, and you helped so many people. Give us a sec, everybody. Sorry, 1 sec.
Well, that was lovely, and that was correct and true. But I was hoping, knowing Kevin, and he's failed here in some way, I thought he was going to line it up for it's come on now, don't fail me now, brain. Something like a drummer of a band, might be Queen. Is it Roger Taylor, Queen, drummer? Please get that. You gotta be right. Don't let me fail this now.
Yeah, Roger Taylor is the drummer with Queen, but it's not that Roger Taylor. Although that could, for all I know, it could have been.
I'm sending the daughter
Night, darling.
link for tonight's show.
Yeah, I was going to let her know. So I didn't know how, what we were going to say, but say if anybody had any interactions with Roger, by all means put some comments in the chat. But he was an absolute star. As long as you did what you were told, he was the nicest bloke on the planet. With woe betide you if you challenged him or said something he didn't like, and he would tell it. He would tell you straight to your face. He was. I loved his. He was a bit brutal, but quite rightly so. But he was such a star. You just didn't mess with him, and you did what you were told. If he gave you instructions, follow it to the letter, because he'll soon tell you where you've gone wrong, and that would be that. But he was an absolute star. I had many conversations with him. All through the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, and I had the pleasure of helping him out with the DWP, got him sorted out there, and yeah, he was an absolute star. And I'd say it's such a loss, really, but such a lovely bloke, and it was just so quick. I mean, it was literally, it seemed to me like it was over the course of 3 months or less. He just took a massive dive in his health, and it was tragic, really, really quite sad. He didn't deserve all of that. But say, I mean, I stay in contact with Laura, his daughter, etc. And but yeah, what a guy.
That's part of his character. That explains he was what? How do I put this? His work and when I say his legacy, how he held the fiscal finance, debt area, bailiffs, debt collectors, third party officious intermeddlers, all of the above, with contempt. He helped myself in early 2001-ish with regards to me having threats made upon my person from a city council regarding unpaid council tax demands that I was struggling with at the time. I'd just come back from Zante after X amount of years DJing and running away from my responsibilities as such. Putting a bit of foreground background to this, and I was in a tangle. I'd got accommodation, but I wasn't on the straight path yet. I ran away because I felt suicidal after finding out that the likelihood of me seeing my sons again was very low after the mother had poisoned them, used them as a weapon. 20 grand, 2 years going through the judicial hoops, and I wasn't in a good place. And like council tax and bills was the last thing on my mind. And Roger helped sort. Initially, we was at cyber solicitors. If indeed that was created, then it may not have even been created. So linking with Roger through Facebook, and then talking to him and hearing what he had to say, how he viewed things, how he viewed the legal system, the fiscal system, the financial system, debts, novation and deed of assignment, some kind of accepted for value was brought to my, it was a torrent. There was others as well, but he put me on the straight and narrow, and when I followed his directions, and I sent what he proposed and how I send it, to the council, it went away, and I went abroad, back to Greece some months later, thinking, oh dear, this is where the warrant for my, how the letters and the notices come, red, bold, capitals, what you must do next, blah blah blah, if you do not, threatening, and when you don't know much about anything and you've endeavoured to tackle these demands made, then at the back of your mind, when you are travelling through airports, you think, is it are they there, are they waiting, are they watching, is my name on a list, am I a wanted, is there a warrant for your arrest, for your person, and all of this. And turns out what he was telling us and how he viewed it, 151 officer at the time, it was a real eye-opener, and it was probably a catalyst for what, where we are now with the creation of the Foundation Charitable Educational Trust as SPLS Pro, and the work that we all do. It's a reflection on that. So for me, a large part of my acumen and knowledge, and his character, very much like the line, to loop back where I started. He was authoritative, he was direct, he was militant with how he wanted things to be done, and if you interrupted or deviated, there would be questions, and he wouldn't be happy, and he'd ask you, and he'd tell you, in those, uncertain terms. Back to you, Kevin and Anders.
Yeah, he was very direct, but it's a great way to be, because you're not wondering about anything with people like Roger. You've been told, and that's the way it is. And he didn't suffer any falls gladly. And I don't blame him. In that respect, I've probably taken a leaf out of his book, but he did a lot for family and friends of mine. Got them all sorted out, got rid of debts and stuff for them. So I've got a lot to thank him for. I'm just to say I'm still a bit devastated over it all, because it was just so quick, and so such a loss to the community. As I say, he wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but I used to say to everybody that I put onto him, do what you're told and follow it to the letter, because you won't like it if you don't. Don't mess with Roger.
In life and afterlife. Sorry, Anders.
I only get to know him when we started up this DWP chat, and I have to say I only have positive memories of him. there is. I didn't know anything about his character or anything, but no, I always saw him as a good guy. Knowledge, very knowledge.
Real name Paul, by the way.
Ah,
That was his name, Paul. But everybody called him Roger. Even when I'd known for years his name was Paul, but it's force of habit, isn't it? Roger Taylor. I called him Roger, but
it was his stage name, yeah, like
yeah.
Indiglo, etc., and Kelvinius, Gansders, and oh, Bert. We've just got Bert, haven't we? The Crusader, the Warrior, for Bert. You know, so like you tube this chat room. You're
The Maverick.
the Maverick.
He's the
Bert,
Maverick.
yeah. He is
Definitely the Maverick.
the
Yeah.
mad one, Mad Maverick.
The old Matlow.
A deed of assignment, you know, deeds, what we do, trust technology. What is a deed? You know, deeds in themselves. When we go out and you help somebody, you're doing a good deed. You know, deeds and titles, and then you've obviously the deed. I'm like, what's a deed? You know, assignment transfers rights and benefits of a debt from the original creditor, assignor, as we would say, to a new creditor, assignee. It does not, however, transfer the original cretins. Well, yeah, creditors. Obligations. This agreement only requires the original creditor and the new creditor to sign. The debtor's consent is not required, but they must be given written notice of that change. The original contract remains in place and the original creditor retains any obligations they had under it. So stuff like that. To summarise, you can look for yourself. But, that's the kind of world that we was immersed into. A novation agreement, you know, creates a new contract that completely replaces the old one. It requires the consent of all three parties involved: the original debtor, the original creditor, and the new third party. The original contract is extinguished and the original creditor is released from all obligations and liabilities. This is a tri-party agreement, meaning it involves three parties. That number again. So stuff like that, you know, and warrants, liability orders, debt, 151 officers, accepted, conditionally accepted, refused for cause, do not understand. I can't go into it all now, but it was just amazing, a torrent of information of self-defence for the rules of the game. So you get a legal notice and demands made upon your person from the corporate city finance and later debt collectors, third-party officious intermeddlers. They're not bailiffs, very seldom are they, and they're not sheriffs. It's not that stage and, you know, at that level. But you then, if you learn the rules to their game, ask them, require of them these proofs and these processes, and then suddenly things change. But if you didn't know to ask that and to question that and to validate that and to require of that, now we use data in different ways as well along the same line, and that what I've said and Roger's given to us in the earlier stages of my you know, a journey into this realm is you know, it's a credit to us all, yeah, to learn that and to take that on, because the rules of the game, due process, etc., if it hasn't been followed, then it's not valid. But if you don't know the rules, then you don't know that somebody may not be playing fairly. So all it is, it's not about dodging debt. I said I was suicidal, I was down, I was depressed, I was not strong, I was in a weak place. I'd just come back from running away and escapism from my responsibilities, and you know, it's just what you've all been there, I'm sure, in a dark place at some point, and the brown stuff, the shit's hit the fan. You think, how have I let it get to this? You can be trying as best as you can, and a job that pays minimum wage, and you just can't make ends meet. So something has to give, and that something was payment to the local authority known as the council for the taxes, and then it snowballs from there, doesn't it?
Indeed.
You're not a criminal. You've done nothing wrong.
Oh.
Except fail to pay upon the date. So it can be, people commit suicide over this. People get upset. People start gambling to try to make money, end up in a bad way that way. Alcohol abuse, drug abuse, cannabis, doctors. Oh, what you need is some of these tablets. What? Oh yes, you need these. Really? Yes, it appears you might have something wrong with you. Oh really? It's not the fact that the public, social, commercial sector is geared up wrong, and we're not getting enough credits and cash. We're not use the word money because Albert doesn't like it when we talk about cash and call it money when it's actually cash, credit, fiscal, fiat. Yeah, and it's suicide, the biggest killer in men under 40 or 40 to 50. Check it yourselves. Used to be in England 2025 suicide, the biggest killer in men under 40, I believe, but double check that. It might be 50. Either way, shocking statistics. Why are men not speaking about problems, not airing their problems, not seeking help, keeping things in, letting things build up, and then when it gets too much, they exit the realm. It's not something that is a good topic to talk about, but I think it's relevant. And life and death. We're celebrating Bert and Kevin's anniversary, a rotation around the sun. We are celebrating the late great Roger Taylor, man known as Roger Taylor, or AKA Paul, life and work and legacy. And we can also touch upon an important topic, whereas right now we've got a landmass full of stressed male souls, not toxic male energy, complete opposite. I yield.
Yeah, that's good, because I don't think it's a good idea to celebrate Bert and Kevin by talking about suicide.
Please explain further. I don't understand.
You don't understand? No, I don't think it's a good idea to talk about suicide. I think that's something that people have to decide for themselves. I don't like to talk about it, actually. I don't think it's good. It is like if they show a movie, everybody, they are depressed there, when you see a movie from America, they are living in a coal mine or town, or like England. It's so depressing, all this stuff, and that affects people. They don't get happy out of it. I think it's better to actually think about happy stuffs, positive stuffs, and that's my opinion. And I know what you think about opinions, but yeah, that's the only way. You have to look forward.
I like your opinion. You are a world of a mind of amazing knowledge, and your opinion is as valid as the next man's. I'm just saying, linking on to Roger's work and Roger's legacy, finance, debt is a troubling issue. People take their lives prematurely. I considered it several times regards my children and access and court. Children, sons, blood, never children. And then it was only of late when Andy's Man Club came to work, where the place where I work, promoting what they do. It's we're not affiliated with it, this channel or SPLs, but they're a group that go around helping young men and middle-aged men for free, because that was how I found out about what I've just mentioned about the biggest killer under men under 40 in England on this landmass. So Yeah, just touch on it. We won't dwell on it. We'll move on, but it's relevant because it's the biggest killer on this landmass, and I have experience from it. And it's to do with cash and credit, money, debts, demands. It all links in. Roger's work will have helped save many souls, much like the work that Kevin does, and that we do collectively. When souls come to us saying, "I've got this issue, I've got these issues." Normally, it's never one, is it? Actually, it's I've got this issue and I've got these as well, but this is the most burning one. Can we talk about that? And we provide first-hand knowledge, or we duly inform others as to how they may consider to move forward, which then helps them out of the stress that they're in. So the line of work that we do, that we're involved with, seldom do souls come to us or watch these videos or come on YouTube to this channel just for the chit chat and the banter. That's an added bonus, because much like the bondage, surety, subjugation, subrogation, a chattel, all of the macabre, nefarious, dark subjects that we talk about, we have to, a lot of the work we do is not good, is not happy. A lot of the contact that I have from emails, from Telegram, from Facebook, and the questions that we get asked are souls wanting to protect their assets and to defend against demands made upon their person. And if these things aren't done, then these souls generally will have a lower quality life or no life at all. They have families, they have possessions, they have jobs, they have mortgages, and unfortunately for me, the life, I very seldomly get happy positive emails or happy positive questions. When we remedy and rectify, no, it's true though, that's as real as it is.
Yeah.
When we rectify the problems, then comes the happiness, then comes, oh my days, Kevin, I can't believe that you've turned this around for me. I can't believe that this has been backdated. One time, someone come to us and said at Christmas time that they'd had it was P900 Coolpix. They said that something had happened and they'd got, something, and that was celebrations and happiness. But prior to that, it was misery, pestilence, heartache, sorrow, and remorse. So Anders' comment there is valid, and it's true, and I want your opinions, and I love your opinions, but my experience is the line of work, the nature of the beast, it feeds on the low-hanging fruit. And we take that low-hanging fruit, we don't pick it, we just tie it up a bit, so it's out of the way.
But you can also see it as this. If you are having a divorce, because you've been having a miserable life with a woman, then you shouldn't speak about her after that, you should leave her behind, that's how I see it, you have to look for other women, you have to look further. That's the only way to come out of it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's gritty. We true grit. This is the true grit, the real situations that we're involved with. The souls that we meet often have a serious problem, but that serious problem has a snowball effect, and they have other problems associated with that, and they have, all we do is provide our experiences, what's worked for us, what we know has worked for others. We will give them the avenues of information of which are, from the source. We will give case law references. We will give definitions from dictionaries. We will provide legislation references. Like Kevin is very astute with how he deals with the state and the agents within, and how he and how Graham and that line of work there is, and Albert also with regards to now how I've watched him develop, grow, and transform, change his styles. To both of them, they the way they speak, the way they interact, and yourself with the administration, because you said the other day to me that you're not knowledgeable on all of the UK laws, and you're not as strong in that area, but you control and manage and point people and turn things around. So it's a credit to us all, that we're able to do this, and we're able to provide a place of respite, a place of safety, a place of love, a place of of positivity for those that aren't in a positive place. And if those souls didn't have this, and us and other such, you know, like-minded outlets, then I think, you know, we'd be in a lot worse state, wouldn't we? Difficult positions.
Indeed. I've got the chat room running now, so I can see everything.
Where'd it go in? Anywhere nice?
Nah.
He's just gone so naturally for us. So natural. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers, Jerry.
All I can say is, if someone is depressed, I actually recommend that they go to a church. I have been going to a church now for 4 months. Every second Saturday we are going. It's a Seventh Adventist church. And I am not that typical Christian guy, you know. So I'm like the black sheep there. But it actually gives me something, you know. And I like to speak to the people. They're having Bible school, and I ask my stupid questions, you know. And but it's good. It is really good, and I like that because you're coming to a sort of a family. We are not a big group, and we are very international too. There are people from New Zealand, Tasmania, Africa. I would never see myself in that group before, you know. But really, that actually gives me something when I meet older people, you know, and I'm showing them everything about Rothschild and everything, and they're like, "Wow, you know, I didn't know this," you know, and I tell them about the Jesuits and things like that, and it's really nice, you know, and I have something to look forward to, and it's people that actually have been. Not all of the Christians people, they are born happy, you know. They have been going through something, so they have lots of experience too, and lots of understanding. So that's a good thing, you know. So I can recommend people to go and find a nice church or something if they are really depressed.
Yep, that's a valid point, and it works for some, not so much for the youth of today. They seem to escape and manage in other ways. You know, it's good for some, and unfortunately, it's not until later on in life that we see the benefits in what you've said there. And communion. This is a communion. We have a community.
Yeah.
So communities in general, communions, like-minded others. I've been myself a few times. When you get the young blood christened, the vicar will want you to attend, you know, prior and meet everybody and make yourselves known. They're happy to baptise, the baptismal process and etc. So I've dealt with it there, and my mum was Jehovah's Witness when I was about 11. And I had the experiences of that, which I won't promote, or you know, I'll just say that I didn't like it or agree with any of it. The witness, forcing, knocking on doors, and all of that. But that I've said to you before, the Church of the Seventh-day Adventists is one of my favourite types that I've found, and the Sabbath being on the Saturday. And when you travel the realm, you find out that the language of other countries denotes the Sabbath on the Saturday, the true Sabbath, and things like that. So I'm interested in it through my research and looking at scripture, Bibles, you know. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's why I'm having that point too, because we are actually using the Bible for getting our rights, you know. So I'm thinking, if we are using that Bible, should we throw away God or hope, and there you have the Trinity also, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. So it's also three, you know, and that comes from the Bible. All the So I actually see it's a good thing, you know. It's a good thing to learn about it, actually.
The temples. We're at the temples here. You got the
Yeah.
temples, yeah, as well. It's what metaphysical, physical, symbology. The true power of prayer. Billy Graham. That was interesting to find when I was looking at Steiner, and I was reminded about Steiner by some scribes. There was another man that I forget now that's equally excellent in that. But the laws of attraction, the power of intent. It's just incredible. Yeah, the correlation to spires, inspire, respiration, spiritual, spirit, spire. The etymological references, the whole area of this religion, spiritualism, souls, consciousness, the guys behind the kings and the this pantheon of theism, and then obviously to monotheism, from polytheism. Someone's in the chat room talking public notice. Jordan Maxwell, yeah, another late great, resource there. Barnsey, you're not funny. I'm not reading that comment out, but that's something that Kevin might appreciate. But he can't see the chat room. But
I can now.
we'll see it after. I'm not reading that out, but what a clown.
Well, once a week.
Oh,
Full of demons.
we'll leave it there. Some more humour. Thank you for that. There you go. See, dark, macabre, but a tweak of. It's what we do. It's how we do it. We take something twisted and nasty, and we'll deal with
Twist it some more and make it nastier.
Oh my days. Oh, yes, quite often we do with ourselves, off screen, on screen, in real life. IRL for those youth out there. Thank you, Yardi123 says I look well, and his man and him and woman are forced to deal with what has passed already instead of living in the moment. If you'd like to expand on that, Yardi, or if you want to keep it brief, summarise, not brief, private is the word, and let us know. We're here to help, so we are all ears, all 8 of us, or 4 of us with 8 ears. Yeah, so respect and thanks for that. Public notice, belief systems are the biggest issue in the world today, making the biggest threat to the people at present is the people in it itself. It's very philosophical.
Yeah, you don't have to believe in God, but you have to believe in good. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, I am still like, if somebody is doing something really stupid, I would still smack them, And I know I have God's blessing to do it.
Yeah, this is the hand of God visiting upon you.
Yeah.
Diego Maradona. Sorry, just random.
Yeah.
Hand of God. It's iconic, isn't it? That's all I could. Yeah, sure we all know that. I missed a comment by the soul known as Moocher. As I say to my offspring, if you are not happy with something, change it till you are. Always work for me. So sounds like something Anders might say to us. There's a wise words such as, yeah. I use my Prince Henry Bible because it suits my soul. Prince Henry, that's one I've not heard of before. A Prince Henry Bible. I know nothing of it. Does anybody know of this? Am I missing out, or is it a bit of a tongue-in-cheek moment there? What's a Prince Henry Bible? Anyone?
Public notice. All is within.
Could be.
No, I've not heard of Prince Henry Bible myself, to be honest.
It's not just me being silly or forgetting, or all right. Maybe it's I thought there might be a joke there, or it might be a typo.
Maybe it's the King Louis book he's the thinking about. No, that's the Jungle Book. Okay, sorry.
Public notice, I'm liking you're new because you're in grey, for one, and two, we don't recognise or recall interactions prior, and your comments. If gonna believe anything, believe the answer is within you. Yeah, can't change the past or future, only what's happening now. It's very good of you to say you've got some experience. Either you're quoting from notes or from you've got skin in the game and you've been through the baptism of fire in some way, and you've survived with minor burns. So well done. Prince Albert from Barnsley. Here we go with more comedy. Oh goodness! Again, we'll leave it there. Barnsley, you're on it tonight, aren't you? He's on fire. But public notice, yes. Inwardly project, outwardly attract. The laws of attraction. It's something that you don't often learn when you're younger. It takes a few mistakes and a little bit of the ego needs to be bashed quite a bit. I suppose humbleness comes into it, embarrassment. When you let yourself down so many times and you have words with yourself and you think, right, this is it, no more, I've done with it, I'm gonna now change. And then 6 months later you're there again having that same chat and you're like, oh, what, hang on a minute, I was here 6 months ago. And then you're in another situation of which you can't see the way out of. It may involve just yourself, it might involve friends, family, co-workers. Like myself, I ended up 4 jobs in a year. You know, I've ended up homeless before. I've ended up in many diabolical, embarrassing situations. So yes, I hear what you're saying there, and it does. It's not the world that's generally the problem. It's normally our own inactions or overactions in some respects. If you've got an addictive personality and you are not thinking straight.
Also, be careful what you wish for.
You just might get it.
Yeah, the law of attraction, inwardly project, outwardly attract. So that was Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton that helped me on that path. Steiner, with his philosophy, the writings of Steiner. There's another man that I just can't think of his name. It's so going to annoy me. I'll get it at the end of the show. I might randomly shout out a name and it'll be referenced that. But yes, the church professes to teach us one way. When I say the church, all of the denominations generally out there will profess to talk to us and teach us and say salvation is, and we pray generally, and we suffer, we're suffering. Suffer is to allow in some languages, in definitions of the church itself. Churches are built to house the suffering. Suffer is to allow your vibrational frequency is a lower vibration frequency, lifting the veil. Cullen Smith also talks about this on YouTube. Check that channel and his works. Maxwell's spoken of this. The positivity attractions, going into the universal forces, and it's something quite magical happens. Syncretism, synchronicity. Bonacci going on about man known as Santos and what he's talked about and his findings. It's an area of which you get into which seems like wishful thinking. It's like the golden rule of the Bible. Is it the golden rule? Do unto others as you want done unto yourself. Yeah, they are worded differently in many cultures, in many religions and theosophies. Theologians alike have talked about this. and this subject, and it turns out that you can command the universe. It turns out that it is true. Quantum mechanics, quantum sciences have proven this. The Doppel something effect, is it the Doppler effect? Anybody know of that? You won't. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's also known, aka the double slit experiment. The observer effect. When I said I'm no longer the participant, I am now becoming the observer. I have a watchman at the gate. When if you look at the video title, the latter part, menopause, we can now pause.
So
Go on. Next.
So I just did a search for Prince Henry Bible, and we got the Great Bible, 1539, which was the first authorized edition of the Bible in English, authorized by Henry VIII, who was a bit of a fucker. Anyway, yes, but I haven't got anything directly to Prince Henry because. But so yeah, the first authorized I appear, then you go down a bit and it says, see Prince Henry Bible, and they're all King James.
Alan Watt was another one, but
Duke of Gloucester. Hang on, here you go. Holy Bible. Prince Henry, Duke of Gloucester.
Well done. Alan Watt was another inspirational theologian, philosopher that also a lot of you will know.
Terence McKenna.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I've quoted him quite a lot. I like a lot of his work.
Aye.
No.
See, I'm back in the room.
Albertus Magnus, one of the greatest German philosophers and theologians of the Middle Ages. Albertus Magnus, Calvinius.
There he is.
We need one for gangsters and me now. That's terrible. Who was on about forever chemicals to me? Does anybody know anything about changing it quite a bit, but in the line of health and wealth and midlife crises, worrying about things, it kind of ties in. Forever chemicals, why air fryers can be harmful to you when you use them. I was chelping on about how healthy I'm starting to become, or healthier, and then they said you don't want to use that, it's bad for you. I'm like, what? Why? Tell me more. Much like the Iron Brew revelation I had at midnight with Anders in the chat, realising I couldn't sleep and I was wired because I drank this famous Scottish drink with girders and E numbers and chemicals of which I've never seen. And I was wired. But yeah, does anybody know of forever chemicals and the dangers of DuPont?
It's all. Oh yeah, in the mean DuPont, as in the non-stick and all that.
Teflon.
Yeah, that's terrible shit, and it doesn't matter how old the saucepans etc. are, continuously releasing that when you use it. Air fryers, that is really down to what oils you use. Obviously, there's some excellent ones to use, but most people use the crappiest ones, and it's to do with the smoke point and what it releases, which isn't good for you. And obviously, it's going in the food as well, but that can be offset to some degree depending on what you use in an air fryer. But your general everyday, yeah, your sunflower oil. You don't want to be using that stuff, really. It's not any seed oils, really. You've got to be careful of. I think avocado oil is apparently the best. Tallow's really good. etc. There's lots of them, but all the ones that are commonly used are really shit for you. Hence when they told us all back in the day when they changed it all over from lard, etc., to get rid of all these waste, petrochemical waste products, etc. Told us it was good for us, and and then obviously the explosions of obesity, heart disease, etc., have come ever since then. Bit like the statins thing. Quick story. So I was at the doctor's seeing the nurse a couple of weeks back, and she was asking me about the statins and stuff, and I said, take them all off my prescription. Oh, why? And I said, since 1987, when they were introduced, do you know that the rates of dementia have gone through the roof? And that is because these statins don't discriminate on cholesterol. They stop all the cholesterol. And cholesterol is what you need for your brain and your hormones and all sorts of other things. All of the cholesterol, including the allegedly LDL bad one, you still need it. And the rates of dementia have gone through the roof as a result of taking statins. And do you know what the nurse said to me?
Oh no, have you been reading the internet?
No.
Maybe she thanked you. Maybe she thanked you because she was unaware.
Oh no, yeah, well, she thanked me in a way that I didn't want to be thanked.
Oh dear.
She said to me, "Yeah, we all know, but we have to promote them."
An admission.
That's what her fucking words were to me. So I said, I won't be taking any statins. Thanks very much. Then she proceeded to offer me another one. Oh, would you have a look at this? I said, give me the name of it and I'll research it. Not that I'm ever going to take it anyway. But all the stuff about cholesterol's total bollocks, all of it. No such thing as high cholesterol. And if you go down that road with statins, you'll end up with dementia, Alzheimer's, all sorts of bollocks. And that's because it's stopping all the cholesterol production. Because your brain is basically cholesterol.
Yeah, I know that much. Yeah, salts as well. When they tell elderly, sorry, they don't tell the elderly watch their sugars and salts and that, and a lot of them end up malnourished and deficient in essential minerals because they believe that they're bad for them when they're essential.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the first thing, if you have a heart attack, electrolytes, salts, all of those. But they're easy enough to get. But salt. If you have a heart attack, do you know the first thing they're going to do when you get to the hospital is give you 9,000 milligrams in a fucking drip of salt.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. That's the first thing they treat you with. Really good if you suffer with migraines.
Yes.
Make sure you salt water or mineral salt with a glass of water. Honestly, this is what the problem is. It's not having the right salts in you.
So I love the way you
say
say
important.
Say salt. Say salt again one more time.
Salt.
I love it. Go on.
Salt.
One more.
Salt.
Celtic salt.
Wolves.
Celtic salt is really good for you.
Yeah.
There we got lots of minerals.
Yeah, 89 out of the 93 or something, isn't it? I think in Celtic. Something like that. But
the Lion Brew's a load of pish. I don't care if there's any Scottish in the room, it's pish.
Put some salt in it, it's alright.
Stop. Everybody stop. So Gov's brain, Indy's brain is upset because there's an important name, a philosopher that really blew me away amongst all the others that we've mentioned and that we continue to mention when we stand on the shoulders of giants. And I don't know how I found him, but I've been to the .com. I went straight to the resource library. I know I wrote a document involving this man's work, The document is entitled Repentance and Sin, and it was the first document that I chose out of 400 and odd that are there, and his name, his calling, is man-like Neville of the family Goddard. That's not a name we mention a lot. I wrote that on the 10th of April 21, and at the top it's got Repentance and Sin, written by taken from Neville Goddard. So please research him and his works as well if you're not aware or familiar, because it's like blows you away. It's well ahead of its time, or it's not ahead of its time. It's where we should be. But the great reset that may have happened at zero, when we went BC AD, floods and washes and etc. I believe we're not ahead of our time in that respect. We're way behind where we were millennia ago when there was moving megalithic blocks and other such things, around the realm that you've seen: ancient alien, ancient astronaut, etc. Lebanon, Baalbek, say no more. So the guys behind, Persians, Egyptians, Romans, Greeks, etc. Very clever, very wise compared to where we are now with our alleged intelligence. Neville family Goddard. I can sleep well. It's important. You know how it is. We're all kind of alike. Even the chat room. When you get a bee in our bonnet, or we're trying to we go on a mission, and so there's a barrier or a hurdle, or we forget something. It's fecking annoying, is it not?
Indeed.
See, there's a lot of unrest. Oh, go on, Anders, for you first.
No, I just wonder what Albert has to say about this. If he has something to come in.
I ain't got nothing to say, mate. Yeah, that's why I'm mute. Yeah.
You have got something to say, right? Let's stop what I was going to say. So, Bert found some information pertaining to local government council tax charges and presented a fabulous bit of case law and references and court summarisations. I would like you to speak about that and what your opinions are with regards to, if you can remember. If you can't, I'll carry the can. But,
you can carry the can.
You mother trucker. No, you can lead up to it and I'll finish then. We'll do it together because Anders is wanting you to be included, and quite rightly so. Menopause. I'm going to pause.
I haven't researched it yet, so yeah, because I'm slacking, mate. Yeah. While they're leaving me alone, yeah, I'm okay.
It was about case law, and if there was, it was about a summarisation. If there is any duty on one to disclose one's.
Right. Yeah, that was ECHR, wasn't it?
No, there was something to do with the court case where the rulings were in the Fraud Act.
Yeah, it got escalated up the courts or whatever.
Let's start at the beginning, or as beginning as we can, and move up to the ECHR then. At the beginning, it was England, and somebody was arguing that somebody said, I don't live here anymore. And then it turned out that they had changed addresses. And then there was argumentation as to where they may or may not reside, and if there is a duty and an obligation to inform, or a law to inform the establishment, the government, the council, of where one resides and where one lives. And then there was claims from the defence of fraud and Fraud Act, and it was broken down. I'm helping you out massively here because I can only just remember myself, bro.
Yeah, it's just that you shouldn't inform on yourself, really.
What have you got to say about all of this? What's your opinions? What can you remember?
That's it. Yeah, it went through there, and the outcome was there is no duty for anyone to inform on themselves. Basically,
no law, no duty to talk to the council.
Yeah,
to tell them.
That's right.
No duty there.
Come on.
That's right. I remember reading that. Yeah, you don't have to You don't have to inform of anything, even if you're living at the house. Doesn't matter. You have no duty to inform them of what you're doing, basically.
Just another smoke and mirrors thing, really, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
You talk about council tax. Once you've defended it and you've gone through a few enforcement agent companies, they can't start issuing it back out to the same companies. You know what I mean? They've already tried their luck. So it's duty of care time. Do you know what I mean? So they hit a rabbit hole right there. So
Right, I'm skimming through. Oh, the shit we share in this chat is unbelievable. The non-disclosure agreement. God's oh, kills me. The pictures is just obscene. Oh man. Duty, disclose, yeah, disclosure, informing, the rights to silence, the right not to self-incriminate. Yeah, what are our duties and responsibilities? Yeah, accountabilities.
Yeah, because remember the old caution that always says, you know, anything you do say, the old one used to say, we'll be using evidence against you, not for you. Always against. That's why you remain silent.
Here we go. Indy's on it. The case Regina versus Delta D EWCA Crim 209 concerned whether a person was legally obligated to inform a local authority of their continued residence in a property for council tax purposes, specifically in relation to the two potential fraud charges under the Fraud Act 2006. The Court of Appeal ruled that there was no such legal duty to report continued residence, thus overturning the trial judge's, that must have been a magistrate I imagine, overturning the trial judge's decision. Here is a more detailed explanation. In R versus D, Romeo versus Delta, the defendant was charged with dishonesty, failing to disclose their continued residence. Is that even a charge? For continued residence in a property to avoid council tax payments. The judge ruled that there was no legal duty to disclose information under Section 3 of the Fraud Act 06, as the phrase legal duty was not defined in the Act. The judge also found that there was no implied duty of notification under the statutory regime relating to the payment of council tax. The ruling clarifies that the onus is on the local authority to identify the onus. Wow, yeah. So you're right, Bert. On the local authority to identify and assess the council tax liability, rather than relying on residents to self-report. Well done, everyone. That was genius, beautiful. I love it when we do it like that. Nobody can do it like that. That's just a great find. Wasn't our work, but it was brought to our attention and we added it to our armoury and we're giving it to you for free.
How nice of you.
Case law is useful because it just shuts everything down. That's why we have been promoting it for the last 10 years and showing you how to use it, to cite it.
a bit like the if you have been stupid enough to go on the electoral roll, because obviously every year they'll try and identify who's at a property by sending a letter to the occupier, and then it's up to you whether you respond to that or just bloody ignore it, really. Yeah.
Again, grassing yourself up, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Like the old video, Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Don't
what happens
incriminate
if you
yourself.
have a bank loan?
In what respect? What do you mean?
No, I mean, if you have a bank loan, you have to, you have some responsibility to pay off stuff. So don't you need to put your address to those guys so they can reach you or something?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to follow the process. You just go in and go. My name's Kev. Give us some money. Don't worry, I'll pay it back. And then you go to people. We used to go to people like Roger. Go here, Rog. My son, just harking back to our long lost friend there now. My son My son took out, I think it was either 13 or 15 grand, and, and then went straight to Roger, gone.
Yeah, there's a game to be played. Play the
Yeah,
game. Unsecured, we call that, it's no, they call it, we know it as, to get it right.
yeah,
Unsecured
yeah.
debt. Which you can get in around, and I speak from my personal experience, around 20 to 30 grand isn't unattainable for you to get across, say, overdraft, credit card at 5 grand, an overdraft at a grand. What else could you get for your person to, unsecured? Finance on a pleasure craft, aka automobile, car, van or something, hybrid, whatever you wanted. They'll give you up to about 16, 20 grand on that unsecured. So with everything added up, Klarna, they're throwing money at people. If you've never heard of Klarna, I'm not promoting them. I've had experience with my person with them on eBay. eBay's now at the checkout offering you various payment options.
Yeah.
I'm not endorsing it. I'm not suggesting that you even consider taking any credit whatsoever. But what I am saying is, Klarna ask you 6 questions, as they did my person when I was on eBay. And I thought, I'll just check this out because we have knowledge of the system, knowledge of the credit and the fiat, currency, monetary system. And I answered 6 questions on behalf of my person. And Klarna said, no problem. The P950 Coolpix is yours. Here's the payment plan. Do you accept? I went, my person does. It's unsecured. Nice one. And that's how it went. So
Did you do it online, digital?
Madness.
Did you do it online and digital?
eBay. Pay with PayPal, bank account, credit card, eBay credit, so PayPal credit, or Klarna. I'm like, who and what is Klarna?
So on that notion, you've accepted that it was digital, so they can just perform a copy of the original, and that suffices to fucking do whatever they like. Yeah, I wouldn't do it nowadays. I would demand that I get paper form, and that it's noted paper form, because different rules apply. When you do it on the digital side, they get you, but they can reconstitute an agreement.
Oh, sounds like the ingredients of a meal I've had. Reconstituted milk. What the hell? Cheese slices made of reconstituted.
Forget now. It changed in 2010, didn't it? Where basically the digital side cuts into it. Yeah. So if you ask for the original agreement under, I think it's Section 78 of the Consumer Credit Act, then from that, then basically they can reconstitute it, so it doesn't have to be the original.
But then, hang on. Previous to the invention of the internet, the digital meta world, everything had to be witnessed, signed, pen, paper, ink, deed, document. Security instrument was before you, and it was done in a certain way that was the industry practice standard in the financial fiscal world, FSA approved, etc. So we see now argumentation for the fact that nobody asked my person if they was all right, if they was on medication, I'm sorry to go down this path again, but I'll be brief. Nobody checked anything. There was just 6 simple questions. So maybe I wasn't in the right frame of mind, maybe I'm dyslexic, maybe I've got neurodiverse conditions, and positive and negative, but either way, I've got a different biological mental makeup to. We all have got different biological mental makeups to one another, but most of us are classified in the normal stable bracket of a prime loan rather than a subprime, and none of these checks are done. Checks and balances. Roger also focused on that aspect of paperwork, agreements, policy, procedure, protocol, general accounting practices, GAP. You may have come across those that have done the work, and rules and regulations and codes of practice, which are ignored often. You know, I yield there. Incredible.
Yeah, because if you get the agreements, some of them are not signed on the other party side. All that. Yeah, there's plenty of skullduggery out there. Yeah.
So is it legal and valid? Because it's digital?
Doubt it, yeah. Well, let's face it, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And there's his ego.
Magic creation credits and all that.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have to say it before I lose it. I got Teflon in my brain, nothing sticks. So actually, it is like this. Klarna is a company from Sweden. It started here in Sweden, and their business idea is people that doesn't pay off their bills. That's what they're living on, because they can sell this debts, you know.
Uh-huh.
So that is their business idea, and that is why you can get loan without checks or anything, you know. They don't check you up that much, you know, because once you go in there, then you're trapped, you know.
It's a bit cheeky to go checking you out when they're just grabbing money from thin air.
Yeah.
or digits. It's really cheeky, isn't it?
Well
we
done.
haven't got anything to lend you, but we're going to check you out and then give you some digits from nowhere. Fucking hell.
Teflon brain, nothing sticks. I'm keeping that one. That was genius. That was
right,
brilliant.
we're talking it. So that we're going to call that DuPont's palsy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And the suffers with DuPont's palsy. Yeah. To get some more money for that, mate, on the sick.
I'm loving this chat.
Have you heard about the new mortgages? I need to do more research because it's only something I've recently found out and all. Government offering like 40% loans on the equity of the property. So you get 60% mortgage, and then they've got the hold on the house of like an equity charge that they place on it. And then in this current climate, with everything like the depreciation of the currency, all that kind of thing, like where is that going to lead? That's another shit show down the road.
You can already smell what they're up to, can't you? It's get people in. There's bound to be a property crash. So now they're all in negative equity. Some of them are going to default. Oh, well, we'll just take it because we own 40% of it anyway. Fucking hell.
Or the opposite, Kev, because I haven't looked into it. I want to look into it because I bet there's a term in there that basically denotes with the house price fluctuations, they've got equity into the house. So classing it as equity is a substance around it. Although it's a charge, it's still like doing a fucking deal on Dragon's Den, innit? They've got 40% equity into the property. So when you go to sell it down the road, if they do mess around, everything now is getting tokenized. So it's not real assets. It's just a token. Yeah. So from that, then there's more skullduggery there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They'll have been thinking about that.
How is it if you're selling the house? Are you paying all the tax? Because I don't think the government is paying any tax on the earnings. you know.
Well,
what you
likely
make
not,
when you
Anders,
sell.
because what they're doing is putting a charge onto the property of the 40% equity of when you bought it. But then obviously you're entering into death pledges that has the terms in it that probably is going to, not end well for quite a few. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point, with the charge on the house, you can't release equity as well. So you're
No.
down the canal with like only one paddle, like, because, yeah.
So it's like you are selling your house to a landlord that you have to rent your 40% from them, you know.
Well, they've always got that big dibs, haven't they? If something goes wrong, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got first dibs on certain things and can force you to sell it if you're not keeping up with anything and that. So it's just,
Yeah, all the upkeep will be down to
just
the
another form of great
buyer, won't it?
Yeah.
You will
So
own
that'll be a clause,
nothing.
won't it? Yeah.
You will own
And be in
nothing
prison.
and still be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the result. He's gone from the WEF, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Just like the blooming House of Lords, isn't it?
Hasn't
all the relics.
Christ, hasn't the interim, he's ex-CIA, American fella they've just put in his place, who's just now the head of the WEF.
Yeah. Orchestrated by design.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Digital ID. So we're talking meta and digital. Let's stick on that thread. Someone, I think it was Moo Moocher. I'm not looking at the chat room.
Well, what about the online safety bill then?
One thing
If
I
that
told
ain't data grab, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, then we're fucked.
Yeah, all the
stay positive. Let's be positive.
Yeah, let's stay positive. Okay. I'm going to be positively fucked.
Find some background. I want a new background.
And you will be happy.
Well, there is. I feel I haven't looked that much into it because I haven't had the time, but I think there's a third-party company around some of it, and they're doing the facial recognition, so it's kind of like a centralized database, really. But they're not sharing your data.
No, of course. Like they don't share it now. Fuck.
Nottingham Carnival. They're talking about that right now because they're using facial recognition for this. They're already using it in several cities and trialing.
Oh
it,
yeah,
aren't they? But they're proposing that they do it for the carnival, and it's prejudice and bias apparently. I'm not qualified to speak on this, but I'm only saying what the outlets are reporting, the controversies surrounding this.
Well, if you can't see it coming, it's the majority. That's the problem. By the time they all realise, it'd be far too late. It'll all be in.
Wasn't that the premise of having security cameras and cameras in the public domain? The premise was they're there to keep you safe. We're not tracking and monitoring. We're not.
Yeah.
But crime has risen.
Fucking hell.
And solved crime has dropped, and more cameras have been installed.
Well, you go to a protest now, you've got Bob, like a copper, whatever you want to call them, standing there filming everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gone on for some years, mind you. That.
Yeah, but they're
employing all sorts. Yeah. It's getting fucking ridiculous. And as for all this two-tier stuff, you can see it all. These, people. Look at that geezer. Who was that? Was it a Labour MP called for people to cut the throats of people?
Nazis when they were
got
Nazis.
off.
Yeah, got
off with it. If that had been any of us, we'd be fucked. But it's being done for a reason.
MP.
It's to rile up the morons, right? And it'll all kick off, and that'll give them even more excuse to be even worse.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a Labour MP. There's a whole video of it, Dave.
It was something to do with he was being called a Nazi or something, so he did the throat-slitting gesture.
Yeah, he actually said about cutting their throats. It wasn't just a gesture. He said the words while doing the gesture. And it's all there, which, right, that's threats to kill. And he walks away.
But yet we've got a lady locked up for writing a hurty tweet
Yeah.
about 18 months. Oh, when you're on about 2-tier, is it something
but it's exactly what's going on. This is to rile up. This is to get a reaction so they can come back even harder. It's exactly what they're doing.
Reaction, problem, solution.
Yeah.
A problem, reaction, solution.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Let's do this. 1 minute. Let me just step in and see if this works. And share screen. And then. Councillor cleared of encouraging violence. I've gone to this website, not to promote it, but because it's orthodox and accepted, as a well, I wouldn't say truth, but it's current and it's relevant to what you're talking about. So England Local News Kent, councillor cleared of encouraging violent behaviour. The jury took less than an hour to find Ricky Jones not guilty. A Labour councillor who called for far-right activist threats to be cut at an anti-racism rally has been found not guilty of encouraging violent disorder by a jury. Ricky Jones, 56, has been on trial at Snaresbrook Crown Court after he was seen on video making reference to disgusting Nazi fascists whilst addressing a crowd in Walthamstow on the 7th of August last year. You are screen sharing. It doesn't show I am, but yeah, has that come up? Is that what you're on about then?
Oh, I'm sitting by the back door at the moment. That's why my video's off. I can't see the laptop either.
Yeah, it's working. We got it, so others can see. We're not just inciting anything. This is, as real as it is. So 2-tier justice. So that would be considered worse than I don't know the lady's name who wrote the hurty tweet that said something about migrants, hotels, etc. Yeah. So we stand for this, do we? We don't condone it. We don't agree. But this is as real as it is. Yeah. The system, the elect, the elite. Yeah.
Well, that's what Starmer's here to do. That's exactly what he's here to do. The little wef puppet. He's here to fuck shit up. and he will.
There you go.
And he's good at it.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's here to do. Look at all the promises. We won't raise taxes. We won't cut the winter fuel out. Well, straight in, did them all straight away. Now, if that isn't a fuck you morons, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Perhaps it's the protagonist.
Listen, everything going on, this 2-tier stuff, all of this nonsense, he's here to antagonise. That's exactly what he's here for, because he's fucking useless. And let's face it, that bloke can make a decision. Everything he does is from somebody else, or it's been done, he tries it. Nothing original. But he is literally here. We all know he's WEF, but then so was Johnson, so was Truss. I mean, there's lots of them. This is the problem. This is why, but again, I see all this enthusiasm for reform, but for Christ's sake, it's still the UK. It's still in that jurisdiction, that corporation. I don't care who they are. They're still going to be taking orders from the powers that be. That's where nothing will ever change.
I saw a video where he was saying that I am a Zionist, but of course I don't tell anyone about it. So I know where he's getting his orders from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His missus is a 4B2, isn't she?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
handler, should we say? Because let's face it, he don't like
Yeah.
vaginas. Oh, I'd say just while we're on that, have you seen the new Labour logo? Where it's like an overhead view of it's all not animation. It's all just like graphic design, but it's like looking down on a table, and each person they're all their hands, and it looks like they're wanking each other off. Honestly, you've got to go and see the logo. And then there's a red man,
I'll get it.
a brown man, a blue man, a yellow man, and I can't remember the other colour. And I just thought, well, the red man's got to be Keir, the brown man's got to be Lord Ali because they're wanking each other off. And then you got the yellow and blue. Well, that's two of the three Ukrainian boys with the yellow and blue. Oh, you've got to see it. It's ridiculous. It looks like they're all sitting around the table wanking each other off. Honestly.
Oh, here we go. I'm on the screen share. I've done a little search, and here we go. Green, yellow, blue, black, and red. And then the hands. Oh, Kevin, very astute observation. only you. You're well.
Does
yes,
it not?
you,
Does it not? Don't put it all on me just because I'm right.
Let me just get the image, and we'll make it big. Oh, it's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my days! Let's get it full screens for those that really want to. Oh, it's taking me to the book of. I don't need that. I'll go somewhere else. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, that's happened. FB. This is rumoured to be Labour's new logo. The lads in the office are not sure what to think of it. It's one of the taglines on there. Let's go X. Let's see what happens when I click that. Is it going to?
I was going to put all the names around the table and then email it to Starmer.
By the way, when I saw that symbol of Facebook, that reminds me of something, and you have to go and look it up. That's actually the symbol of Tubal Cain. And go and research Tubal Cain. Then you understand what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's full screen for you all. All right. Wait a minute. So, with that said, the hierarchy. I'm not arguing what you've said, but a thing that somebody, a researcher said, probably Graham Hancock or along them lines, when the Egyptian hieroglyphs in relation to this language, the bird, the pyramid, iconic symbols of which you are all aware of, can be interpreted. The reason why it's hard to decipher, they were saying, archaeologists, geologists, and linguists, and everyone else in the field, it can mean different things to different people for their various reasons. You would think that the language would be verbatim the same. The icon of this, it means this. It doesn't matter what context it's used in, but it isn't the same, which is, it can mean different things at different times. And they were saying the symbology, when you're looking at language and reading and crypt and codes and codex and all of this, and the etymological references to language and meaning, implied meaning, Phoenicians, definitions, you know where we're going here. You've been with us long enough, and the symbols could mean. So Facebook, for some, as you've mentioned Facebook, and I'm not doubting what you've said, but I think it's important to segue in that it was interesting for me to hear this perspective. The blue F, the F symbol, I don't even know if it is blue, the blue logo for FB can mean happiness for some people. It can mean misery for some people. It can mean information obtaining for some people. It can mean, see where I'm going? Different opinions and experiences and uses of that can mean different things for different people, but it's the same symbol. It's the same company, insignia, logo, etc. But and also for the language in the context of what I was on about with hieroglyphics.
Yeah, but the hieroglyphics, you can actually understand them by the Rosetta Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you're using the Rosetta Stone, there you have the three languages. It is cuneiform, Greek, and hieroglyphs. So it's the same story.
Cuneiform, yeah. I've actually included that on the introduction and landing page on SPLS Pro, linking, aligning it to the equivalent, modern day equivalent of that. Yes, indeed. Well mentioned and put in there. Now I need to look at what you said because I've never heard of that before. Would you mind spelling when you said something about FB logo? What was it you said, Anders, please?
TUBALCAIN. And ask for the logo too. Go and look at the picture of it, Then you see it's the Facebook app.
Was that Echo at the beginning for the first letter or Delta?
Tubal, T, like in Thomas.
Oh, neither. PU, Papa Uniform. Yeah.
P for Tommy.
T. See, this is what I need to ask because. So,
I can't say those letters because I'm stuttering them,
No, that's all good, bro. It's all good. So, all right. TUBALCAIN.
Yeah. TUBALCAIN. And look at the picture. Put it up on the screen so everybody.
Oh well,
can
yeah,
see
I'm going.
it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's just take a moment. I've got it. I've got glasses on that I'm using for long sight, but I put my I put my other ones on that are bifocals, and the screen is just at a weird place where it's neither reading nor it's long sight. So whichever ones I use, it's blurry for me. So. And I think I'm going deaf clearly by the sounds of that. Let's go. Alright, I found it. I'll share it now. This one. There we go. And away. Never heard of that. Never. It's first time. TUBALCAIN symbol. You're right though. It's got maritime connotations to it, definitely. Industries and the F, so then we need to get the other page with FB. It's a blue square with a white F though. Everyone's familiar with that, surely. Yeah, there you go. Easy. Alright. And then we'll just use that. So how did you come across this or find this? What brought this to your radar?
That was actually a couple of months after we was meeting up in Llangollen in Wales. And then I got to know it out of the Able Danger community. And they said, research this.
Wait there then. Let me just go here. Let me just try this.
And look what companies they are using that symbol to. And yeah.
I have noticed that the TUBALCAIN logo is very similar to the Facebook logo.
The Facebook logo, a simple F in a blue square, is not similar to Cain's Tubal logo. Cain has used a few different logos, but his most recognisable one features...
Oh, it's shut off. Wow. Sorry. That didn't happen before. What's happened there? TUBALCAIN logo, very similar to the Facebook logo. It's not got the right spellings either. That's all I like to do. The A. Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah. No, it's not the same. No, of course. It's just similarity. Oh yeah, all right. And what are these industries? What do they get up to? What is their industry?
Oh, you have to check up the Freemasons too, you know.
Freemason, Masonic. Yeah, I'm on Reddit now, seeing what the Reddit thread is saying.
Yeah.
It's only
He was the blacksmith, Tubal Cain. He was a blacksmith in the ancient history, and he was doing something special.
Symbology will be their downfall. It's something that Jordan Maxwell was saying in his time. The what did he say now? The 5-pointed star, pentagon, the obelisk, and the dome are indicative of a homage to a certain star system. And in America, you've got the president's residence, which is the domed office, and opposite where the Lincoln Memorial, you've got the phallic symbol of the obelisk, so the dome and the obelisk, and then the 5-pointed star, all in Washington DC, connected. And I forget what Jordan was saying it was indicative of and symbolic of, which star system and how that ties in.
Saturn.
I'm not sure.
No, that's not a star system, but that's the planet that is involved in this too.
I'm glad you said that, because I didn't want to say that when you said that. I thought, then interesting though, isn't it? 5-pointed star, yeah, dome. What else do we need to talk about? What else do you want is on your mind, or we'll look in the chat room and see what they're on about, if they've got any questions or.
I just want to say that the DWP chat room, that is quite a success, I believe, you know. So that is really something good that's been happening now.
Yeah, it's rolling along. I put up a general message the other day. You might have seen it.
Yeah.
Sort of saying to people, you know, just because a lot of people are up for it, but they need to know the ramifications, and not everybody. It's to say, as I put in there, and as we all have said for years, choose your battles wisely. It's as simple as that. If you can weather the storm, then fight them. If you can't, or it's going to possibly cause you severe problems, do it under duress.
Yeah.
But just be clear to them, it is under duress because of X, Y, Z. So, but yeah, I had to put it not bluntly, but well, it was blunt, just to the point. It's not for the faint of heart. This game, well, the way we take it, but it is, as far as it is the right way, because they're not playing by the rules at all. So, but yeah, the rooms, it's gone a bit quiet. There's still people joining and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff about UC, and I can't really say a lot at the moment because we're right in the thick of it ourselves. Testing out before we release what we've done, but depends how long people can wait, doesn't it? But yeah, I can get by. I'm pretty certain they'll stop mine this month. I have had a payment this month, but I don't think I'm going to get the next one. But as I say, prepared for all that, but it's not for everyone. But I don't think they'll take us into tribunal. I think they'll trial that, although we're then going to force them. We're playing a game. Graham and I are playing a game with them. We want them to do all the shit things. We want them to force us to tribunal. We want to then put our bundles into tribunal and have them go, well, we're not going to give you a hearing, and then we're going to go, no, we demand a ruling. So, yeah, we're swinging a few swords about at the moment, Graham and I, to be honest. But that's what we do. Got to test it yourself, haven't you, before you go telling other people. But as I say, this is a little bit different. But even the CAB put out an advert about UC. I saw it on Facebook. I was on a lot of social media, and it just said, should you migrate to UC or should you wait? Which is interesting coming from the CAB. So that's like, oh, well, if that's an option, well, I'll wait. But so I've already tested this type of stuff once myself. I've done it myself. I asked them about the legislation, and because don't forget, nobody's deciding to move over there. Do you know what I mean? We're not changing the system. We're not changing our claim. Yet the onus is on us to go and make a new claim, which is suspicious to me. If you're the DWP, why do I need to make a new claim? You've got all my details. Just move me over, just like you did on ESA when I asked the same question. So but we know it's not DWP. We know it's another agency. So, yeah, we've fucked with them in the rules, but it's going to be interesting to see where it goes, especially if they go down the tribunal route. And I can promise you, I'd be really surprised if the tribunal will want me in there when I put my bundle in. They're just going to go, fuck this, can't rule on this, game over. So it's going to be very interesting because I'm going to insist on a ruling if they play that game. But yeah, it's been good. Quite a lot goes on outside of the group because it's much easier. I can give people general stuff, but when it comes to them actually, putting stuff in, and then we tend to move on to phone calls and stuff like that. It's much more personal. But no, been enjoying that, and I'd say it's been a good little group. I don't even know how many people are in there now, but that's why I had to put the thing up again the other day, just saying that, just so you know, letters and all that. You still have to do all that business, but don't anybody think in sending a couple of letters is going to sort it out. It can do in some ways, but. As I say, I can't tell anybody what to do, and Graham and I are right. And Graham's already had his money stopped, so he had it stopped in July. So he's in the thick of it at the moment with them. This is what we do: we throw ourselves under the bus, and then we report back and say what happened.
Yes, and then they want to make examples out of you. When you stick up your head.
Oh yeah, exactly. But say it's not the first time. Graham's been through a few, so they're sort of. That's why we get flagged when we ring up. We're marked on the old computer system. Nobody wants to speak with us.
He's a troublemaker. You ask too many questions. He knows too much. He knows the rights. Basically, he knows his rights. He has a brain.
Yeah, and nobody's going to take the piss out of me, and that's going to be part of my bundle. I'm going to say I'm not being treated by these criminal entities. Fucking, it's so criminal. It's beyond a joke. But we'll see what, as I say, we'll see what happens. But so I think this month they'll stop mine. But I can weather it, you know. I can get by. So, and it's a matter of principle for Graham and I. Fucking with these people.
Yeah, not everybody can. Not everybody's got a support network and mechanism in place, and they live week to week, don't they?
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah, and then they've got to think about stuff, you know, like if you've got, you know, if you're getting housing benefit and stuff, all that's linked to your ESA. They stop that because you won't go over. Then now you're putting yourself at risk of being homeless because the DWP could be cunt, excuse my French, and
Back to
string stuff out. String stuff out so that you get into trouble. So you've got to choose your battles wisely and do what's right for you. But you must think, you know, through the whole scenario. But I'm saying, if you do have to toe the line because otherwise it's going to be a disaster for you, then under duress, make it known and keep making it known it's under duress.
So I'll interject there. I'm being brave, but it was my mum that told me this. She said, David, always be careful when you use duress because that's when you are threatened, such as this scenario she gave me was the Magna Carta, King John, knife to his throat, sign this or we're doing you in. So he signed it, the Magna Carta, etc. As she said, perhaps consider using the word under protest. So that's just something to throw into the mix there, the language we use.
I would say for some people, having that cut off, losing housing benefit, possibly being made homeless, is therefore potentially a death threat.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing that, but duress is most often paired with the word under to refer to force or threats meant to make someone to do something. So, for example, someone forced to sign a document signs it under duress, and a person held under duress is not free to leave but is being constrained, usually unlawfully. That's from Merriam-Webster. Yeah. And then threats, violence, constraints or other action used to coerce someone into doing something against their will. Dictionary, Oxford Languages. Yeah. All right.
Use that one.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just.
No, you don't apologise, mate. I'm not offended.
No, it's a continuous.
This is what we do, isn't it?
Word porn.
Yeah.
Under protest, after expressing one's objection or reluctance unwillingly. I'm only here under protest, Jenna said shortly. Sure more. Oh, that's all it gives me.
Use them both in the same sentence. I'm here under protest and duress.
Yeah, a lot of I don't often use duress or use protest, but there are times because, like the force of law, the person gets threatened with the public gets threatened under the force of law. So that's a forced onto you. Forced law should never be forcibly applied.
No,
it should be consensual. Consent.
Can't you say that I am protesting under duress?
And something like that would be coming. Then you're not. You're right. You could, but it's not clear and defined, is it? It's left to interpretation. What we try to do is to be concise with our. And this is coming from me, concise with our communication.
Oh, this won't take long.
So it gets understood. Clearly.
Because it actually means that they are forcing you to protest, you know?
Like, we was on about the word mandatory, wasn't we? And the time's gone past where it was mandatory too, and that to some meant it's obligatory and there is no option. And then Kevin went in and explained how he saw it and how he has seen it and how he views it and what the word means. And then that led me on to informed consent and certain UNESCO avenues of the latter 5 years past. Yeah, mandatory is hilarious in itself.
Yeah, because it's a really weird concept. Because it says mandatory, and it basically says it's only mandatory if you consent. But then I thought, well, that doesn't make sense, does it? Because consent can be given and removed at any time. So what do you go? Oh yeah, all right, doc, I'll consent to the jab. Get in the chair. Actually, I've decided I don't want it. What are they going to do? Hold you down and go, no, you consented. You said that's it. So it's a bit of a weird area, but that's what, if you look up mandatory, check it in Black's Law as well. And usually it's a different. It's only mandatory once whoever has consented to it. But as I say, that sounds ridiculous to me too. But yeah, you have to agree to it for it to have power over you, basically.
Is there a difference between the legal definition of mandatory and the Oxford English definition of mandatory?
Now, that's why I just suggested having a look in Black's Law and
There is no
OED or
significant
something.
difference. The legal and Oxford English definitions of mandatory are very similar. Both describe something that is required or obligatory by law, rule, or authority, leaving no room for choice.
That's why we don't listen to AI.
Fuck off, AI, you absolute fucking clown. What a load of... See, this is what I was saying about it.
Yeah.
The problem with AI is it's programmed by fucking humans. And so all the good stuff's getting taken out. Musk's just done it, hasn't he? To Grok.
Go on.
I just saw some report earlier today saying that there was something went up on X about Grok. He's released a statement about they've had to do this, that, and the other to it. Oh, I say, go and read it, all about fucking woke bollocks, no doubt, and fucking the online safety and all that shit. But I saw a statement, probably this morning, that he put out. So this is the problem. I think with some things it can be helpful, but I've even found you go and ask it stuff and it tells you complete bollocks. So it's like the thing about sovereignty, wasn't it?
Oh, don't.
Like get fucked. You can tell your humans have been on you, you wanker.
The source for that from Gemini AI was mandatorytraining.co.uk. So not biased at all.
Fucking hell. Oh. I can't remember the whole definition, but it does say, I think it's probably the legal definition, does say it can't be mandated until you consent, which was completely missing from that little session there, but I know that is the case for sure, 100%. As I say, it doesn't make any sense, especially the consent thing. Well, I can decide and then undecide, can't I? So if I don't, I don't get it. It doesn't. Well, law is an ass anyway, isn't it? So there you have it. Fucking jokers.
Yeah, like we'll give you this because it's been a while and you haven't had any nuggets to chew on and check out for some time. So I have been told by lots of folk that flock souls that the world of trusts requires registration. So when I was propositioned with this and I researched it and I meditated on it, I then said, well, in Paul versus Constance, the word trust isn't used, and they wasn't aware they were setting up a trust, but the presiding judge did say that a trust was formed. And in Knight versus Knight case law, with regards to the validity of a trust, it concentrates on the three certainties of trusts being valid, and if so, then there is in fact a trust and it's not a gift. Yeah, so if you don't express a trust correctly, when we have said be careful of volunteering in gifts and so forth, this is along those lines. So then the paradoxical situation is, when you look at those case law summaries, particular Paul versus Constance 1973 I believe, then how can one be legal? How can one register something of which one does not know one has created? Yeah, so don't take my word for it. Just ponder, meditate on that, think about it logically. You don't need to have any legal or lawful or trust experience there. But the very same people that the establishment, that the elect that have put this into play are the ones that also monopolise the tax avoidance system with foreign offshore tax havens, and they purport to be wanting everyone to register trusts with the the various bodies that need you to register with them. I'll keep it short, but research it, you'll find out, and for the reasons of which they give. But yet those very same souls, businessmen, because it's business what they're doing, business people, bedfellows, are also evading tax. They're not avoiding it, it's evading and avoiding, avoiding and evading. One is legal, one is not legal. It's just incredible that that one can be required to do something, but yet if you don't know you've set up a trust, then you're not going to register it, are you? I'll leave that with you. I'll leave that with you all, yeah?
Another quirk.
Where's that leave a private trust then?
Huh?
Where's that leave a private trust?
Well, paperwork, if there's no paperwork and if it's an express and one doesn't know one's expressed a trust, and the word trust and trustee and asset res was never used, and if you look at the case law summary with Paul versus Constance, then they didn't know what they was doing, but that's why equity is there to supplement the common law with the dual streams of common law. So then court of equity will decide on how things ought to be done and how they should be done, it's not black and white, is it? So that's the beauty. It's the soul and spirit of equity, as that great famous jurist said. Yeah. So then it's a grey shaded area, to be fair. We have case law precedents identifying the precepts, utilising the precepts of the maxims of trust law, all 20 of them, and some of them are applicable to this, but I suppose statutory and implied are the two top ones that would be applicable to, as well as other forms of trust, of which there are tens of. So then if you are knowingly doing it, to answer your question, if you're knowingly setting one up, you are required to register it. But for those of us that aren't knowingly setting one up, then you're not required to register it because you don't know, but it does require registering.
That's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad.
So
because you could know about setting it up and then all go, no, we didn't know we'd done that. How are they going to prove otherwise?
Exactly.
Fuck's
Exactly.
sake.
There's your little nugget.
What a load of nonsense.
No longer private.
Exactly.
And they need to be private, and they shouldn't be shared in public and expressed, because that can end up with it collapsing and dissolving. So, yeah. Something else. These gentlemen, these good souls afore ye, helped me with. I had a notification come through as an email from a hire car company abroad in Budapest, and they were telling me that my person's credit had been debited by 50 something euros as an admin charge, because there's an alleged speeding contravention with the horsey, the pleasure craft that I hired, in my person's name. And I thought, okay then, I'm not going to tell you what I wanted to know. That's insignificant. So this company has provided to the Hungarian authorities the contract hire details of that time period, of which my driver, is responsible for that vehicle. But what I'm wondering now is, how would enforcement work when it's a hire vehicle? It's not mine. I'm not in the country anymore. I'm in a different jurisdiction. So apparently there's going to be a notification, not of prosecution, I hope, but a contravention, a controversy will be brought to my attention on behalf of my driver, to say that the issue is, and the penalty, fine, fee will be forthcoming. But let's say I never get that communication, or I choose not to act on it, then how would they proceed overseas with that? How do you all view that? How do you think? Has anyone experienced this, or has anyone got a mind to?
Do you reverse the payment?
I didn't get that. Sorry, Albert.
Yeah, did you reverse the payment?
Because it was pending, it's got to sit till it's cleared, and once it's cleared, then I can question it, because
right.
yeah, you did say.
Fucking hell, what a palaver. It's like,
it's pending because they've not drawn upon it.
It's cleared now. It's cleared now.
We're going to hang on to it, man, because we'll earn a little bit on it, and we do millions of those every day.
Yeah, so they've put demand in, gone pending, and then they've pulled it. Yeah.
No, they
now pull it back.
When I rang them up to question it and say I don't understand, I didn't. This is because they said about your query about this fraudulent transaction. I says no, it's not fraudulent yet. I said unauthorised. There's been an unauthorised debit for credit on this account, and it's come from Budapest, and it's after I've returned from my holiday, and I know nothing about it. So it's an unauthorised debit to the account, and I've been in touch with the office and they haven't responded. So for the time being, I want to argue this. I'm willing to pay if I am indeed guilty and I need to pay, or if there is a charge. I have to be careful how I speak to the bank, because I don't want to upset them and have my person's access to essential financial tools removed. But I just says, she said it's neither in, the money's not in their account and it hasn't left yours, but it's pending. So you need to look at this later once it's actually gone, because at this time we can do nothing. But then you've given the company details willingly, so we wouldn't necessarily want to action anything on this just yet. I said, well, legally, because I'm in another country and they've got my details, they can do what they want then, and I've got to just bow down and accept it. And she says, oh no, that's not what I'm saying. But she says you can't contest and argue it and say it's unauthorised until it's cleared, and once it's cleared we can deal with it. And she says I suggest that you contact the offices and get further information. I didn't tell the bank that I'd had a communication alleging to the administration charge for supplying my driver's details in reference to an alleged traffic contravention. I've been going there over 10 years and I've never had any issues. I've took my own mode of conveyance previously, and I've also hired 5-6 times. Vehicles there. I've never had any issues. No, so things happen. I was explaining to these three that they have cameras in villages hidden away. There's no like warnings over here where you've got the symbol, the hieroglyph of the camera, and letting you know, or they're painted yellow and you can see them from afar, etc. They put them in bushes and in non-clear places, and they say 40 rather than 50 kmh. It will go to 40 to 50 to variable, and in villages it's normally 50. I suspect that some of what has happened in some of the villages is 40 rather than 50, and I've kept it at 50 and it's clocked it, and so there's a 10 kmh discrepancy. But then even so, if that is true, how do they enforce payment if one wants to argue?
Well, Dave, you can mess about with this, and you can ask if it's a camera, etc. When was it last calibrated? I mean, if you want to have a laugh about it, they'll just give it up. But as you say, do you know what I mean? See how you get contacted first. If they bomb, I mean, they just send you straight letter, not signed for. Well, didn't get there, did it? You know what I mean?
No, I get that. Yeah, I've got all that. With all due respect, what I'm saying is the bottom line is if they do contact and the communication arrives and it turns out that it's valid and I choose not to act on it, then what can they do? What can be done? Anything or nothing? As far as I'm concerned, nothing.
Until you go back to Hungary, get arrested.
Well, do you reckon civil? It's a civil matter, is it not? Well, it should be. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Well, exactly. I'd make sure of that first, because that is a reality. I'm not being funny. Wait for this. He's coming back. Don't you worry. We'll feel his collar. Don't you worry about that.
I was doing that. I was renting a car, and I was up in Sweden, and I got flashed by the camera, and then they were sending me a ticket, but I was writing to them. I said I was keeping the speed, and either you have to calibrate the cameras or you have to ask Volvo to pay that ticket, because really I was keeping that speed and they took it away,
Yeah. Just go. Yeah. No, it wasn't, Dave. Try that one. There's no way. I was in a foreign country. I'm a professional driver.
Yeah.
Are speeding offences civil or criminal in Hungary? Here we go. Let me find out. I can't be asked to type.
Speeding is generally a minor offence in Hungary. However, if a speeding offence causes injury, damage or death, it can become a criminal.
Obviously. All right, yeah, minor offence. So it's neither civil nor criminal. And it's minor. It's even better. So there we go.
There you go. Fuck 'em. But don't be surprised if you get your collar felt next time you go to Hungary.
It happens, doesn't it? It happens. We all make mistakes.
You'll fly in, mate.
I wonder if
they'll be waiting for you at the airport.
I wonder if their cameras need ministerial approval.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
You get some mileage out of this.
Require ministerial approval. Let's see what the survey says.
Hungarian law regulates the use of surveillance cameras, including those for traffic enforcement. The VADA system, a nationwide traffic enforcement network, was implemented with government approval to enhance road safety.
So that must be a no then. VADA, the Vedics.
Well, I would think if they're controlling it, it's a yes, isn't it? So they're probably likely they're all in cahoots.
What is the Hungarian VADA system?
Police, yeah.
But is it a police department there in Hungary? Is it the police department there in Hungary that is responsible for the cameras, or is it a private organization or a private company that are maintaining those cameras?
I'm glad you asked that question, brother A. The VADA system is a nationwide network of fixed and mobile cameras operated by the Hungarian police to enforce traffic regulations. Its goal is to improve road safety by detecting speeding, seatbelt violations and other traffic offences. Village camera. Or
Yeah, but I
motorway.
bet they employ some sort of subsidiary company to operate those cameras all over the place.
Well, it
Yeah,
says mobile, yeah, fixed and mobile. Yeah.
it'll be same as here. It's all about the moon money, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because here we can ask them, can't we? Ministerial approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, proof of it. And certain restrictions get categorised, like bus lanes, traffic contraventions, that type of thing.
Do traffic cameras in England require ministerial approval? Not doubting you, Bert, but for the benefit of.
While the installation of traffic cameras in England doesn't require direct ministerial approval, the devices used for enforcement must be Home Office type approved. This ensures the equipment is accurate, reliable, and legally sound for gathering evidence.
There we go then, ministers.
Would
More
that
bollocks from
would that
AI.
be under the protection of freedoms?
Hey?
Would that be under the protection of freedoms?
Would that be under the protection of freedoms? I don't know.
Yes. The Protection of Freedoms Act 2012 introduced a code of practice for surveillance camera systems, including traffic cameras. Relevant authorities, such as the police, must have regard for this code.
The code. Oh, we love the codes, don't we?
Oh yeah. Matrix.
There we go.
Well done, Bert. What is the Protection of Freedoms Act 2012, everyone? If you didn't know, you do know now. Yeah, I just thought I'd ask that question. Hilarious, yeah. Basically, I know that there is no enforcement and it's a minor offence. Yeah, that's all good. But sometimes it's choose your battles wisely. Yeah, indeed. Another something to give you experience. I came out of a petrol station and I turned left instead of turning right, and I didn't see any sign saying you couldn't turn left. And there was some traffic officers parked, and I drove past them. Travelled. Sorry. 3 slaps for that, David. I travelled past them, and then they decided to pull us over, and they got out. There were 2 big, burly, huge men, cameras, lots of things around the bell, and they came up to the window, and they went, whatever, because it had Hungarian plates, and I went, hello, I'm British, my name's David, I don't understand. And he spoke English back to me, and then Anna Maria stepped in and spoke in Hungarian for 5 to 10 minutes. They went away, they stood at the front of the car, and then they came back and they said you can go. So yeah, it apparently it was around 50 to 60,000 forint fine, and at the time I think it was 430 forint for a pound, so 43,000 forint. It's going to be £100, so it was 100 and odd pounds, you know, for that mistake, of which apparently I was due to pay. I was like, go on then, I'd like to see you enforce this one. I've got no money on me. Sorry, I'll give you my passport if you want. It's, the king will sort that out. Have a word with him. He's the trustee. Turned left instead of turning right. 120 quid. What? Some money maker, innit? And for Hungary, they probably earned that in about 6 months. Total gross. Yeah, their wages. It's not something that they can get off lightly with, you know. Incredible. What is the average Hungarian salary for the year? Let's see about. It's great having this to check, but always double check what you're being
In
told.
2024, the average gross annual salary in Hungary was approximately 7,761,600 Hungarian forints, or about 646,800 Hungarian forints per month.
All right then.
The average net monthly salary was 430,100 Hungarian forints.
430,000, and they wanted 43,000. So yeah, all right then. So it's a large chunk, isn't it? 430 and 43, say 46. 6,000 is what I said, so 46 times 10 is 460.
Do you know what I see from that? How that currency must have so much depreciated. It's just huge.
I know.
Yeah.
Massive. Move there, you could be a millionaire in a year.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Right, you can look at the chat room as well. Yeah, it blows my mind sometimes. It really does. Sorry, Ruben.
Actually,
It's just huge.
Sorry, I don't have my volume because of that. Have you ever questioned their use of your data? That was from Oatmeal. New user. Hello, welcome. Trying to charge me 35 to empty garden bin. I wrote back with fee of 300 for storage from public notice. Playing the game. Yeah, it's not giving me the... I want to see all chat. It's giving me top chat.
Oh yeah. Let's have a little switch at. All right.
They are threatening to put you in harm by making you homeless. Oatmeal, can we get the angle with the UC? Please clarify and define angle. I presume that's universal credit reference.
Yeah.
120 something are in there, I checked actually, Kevin, so at this minute.
Is there? Fucking hell.
LJ Jackson, welcome. New user there, screen name. Mumucha, mandatory is not law. Yes, well said.
Yeah.
Oatmeal, ask it about person. Oh no. Alright, I will after we've caught up. AI is good, but you need to navigate it properly. Yes, it took me 3 times for it to get to accept regard sovereignty, and I got it on the linchpin of the fact that we, excuse my language here, but I had to speak clearly and simply, not ambiguously. I said if we the people awarded the monarch sovereignty at the coronation in the mid 20th century, then with the breach of the social contract, I no longer have trust in the executive administration, government and monarch after the public scandals and the failures. So I rescind my sovereignty, and I am crowned by the waters of mum as I am born into this realm. I wear the crown, I have the crown outer from that borning, and also inside there is a crown in the skull. What's your view on that? And it just went, you've asked a very philosophical and such question, and on this point I agree. But it took me 3 attempts for it to see sovereignty in such a way that it could articulate that we don't have to be subjects of, and we can rescind. One cannot give something that one does not possess was also in there, yeah? We are up against the word salad smithies, LJ Jackson. The midlife crisis meeting menopause is where we're at, LJ, but thank you. Funkstar, I've already said hello there again. Long time no see that name. A solicitor registers...
Been a while.
It has, yeah. A solicitor registers your private trust with the government. That then becomes not private. Yep. Indeed. I registered my car in my dog's name, who then told DVLA I was the driver. I never understood speeding kills. If I do 30, you're safe. 31, everyone's in danger. It's the inability to control your car kills. You ever tried to flash them before they flash you? No, but I've got a radar detector. No, I haven't. Or maybe I have. Yeah, it's the potential. There's a potential that you could harm. We always drive to the conditions suit. Everyone makes a mistake. There should be a tolerance. Normally there's 10%. So what I like to do when I'm travelling around and you see the 50 on the motorway and it's got a 20 mile 50 mph zone and it's just terrible. It makes it painful even with the cruise control option. I do 55 and then people clock on. You move out to the right and you've got the 3 lanes trundling all at 50 or 50, 51. But the 10% allows you to do 55 and still be, within the limits. I'm not advising anyone does this. It's my travelling, when you've got 20 miles to chew through. At the holiday time, generally, they choose to do this 6 weeks, for the schools, Crimbo, Limbo, this kind of, festival times. And it's painful to say the least. So, yeah, it's also relevant to say that technology in cars has improved massively since the creation of these laws and brakes, technology, the ability, to travel faster, quicker, electric vehicles now, and their speed, how fast they can get up to a speed within seconds, 0 to 60 within. Yeah, so I reckon that these all need actually looking at, do they not? And revising to suit. Stephen, UNCLOS, 1981. All roads are C lanes. That's right, shipping. You're in the wrong lane. Shipping lanes. Lanes for vehicles, commercial vehicles, cars. That's right. That's the transformation comparable to. They have to prove you are the driver. Someone may have cloned the plates. He who alleges has the burden of proof. Yes, bosh, if there isn't a picture clearly showing who is travelling or who is in control of the pleasure craft, then there's only the paperwork to go on. And like Albert said, you might have dropped it off and returned it, and it might have been on the day you dropped it off that someone took it out and got caught and they piled it on you. Bosh. So thanks, yeah. What is the protection of free? How is that now? Are those cameras managed by Serco? Oh, they get everywhere, don't they, Serco? I haven't heard of them for a while. Oh, yeah, well done, Michael. Yes, he did tell me about that, about the case that you've got with the company and the car. Sterling work, gentlemen. Amazing. Brilliant.
What was that about?
Kevin can explain, or
Hang on one sec, I'm about to call.
cup 'em as well. Yeah, let me reach down for you. Hand in hand.
Mike got a car, was under warranty, but basic long and short of it is there's a problem with the clutch. It was under warranty. These people just fucked about and stretched it. Oh yeah, we'll call you back, and it went on for 8 months till he got the car back. They got the car back and he got his money because we were holding on to the car because all through this 8 months, obviously, we were having a look at who they were and that and going to like Trustpilot and stuff and seeing stuff about them. And it wasn't unusual what they were doing, right bunch of shysters. Anyway, during this process, we were communicating with trading standards. So basically, we followed everything they gave us. So everything's been followed to the letter. They told us what can be claimed and blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, we put a claim in. And then they had obviously had to file their defence, and they didn't. They just didn't file anything, and they ran out of time. Obviously, we were getting the emails saying, you know, they haven't done this and need to fill this part out and all that. And the last one, they had something like 12 days, and they didn't do it. So we sent them an email the other week just saying, you know, any news? And they said, yeah, go and fill out part 5 on the claim form and send it in to us, and we'll it's default judgment basically. So we just had to do some figures and work it all out and send that in. So that's waiting on that now. But it runs to a few quid. It does run to a few quid now. Not you know, but over 10K. So yeah, very interesting. But yeah, no defence at all. Well, they did first respond, and we all the stuff we put in, there was a lot of it. All right, it was different. We had to keep. You can keep adding boxes when you're putting your evidence in, and we added loads. They had, I think there's already 4 on the page. In the top one, the comment was something along the lines of, "Oh, Mr. Barnes first phoned up about the car or whatever, complained about the car on like the 27th. Well, it was already, that's 9 days later than the date it actually happened. So at this point, you're like, oh my God, these people are really, nobody knows what they're doing. It was just obvious to us they were a bunch of shysters. And just a complete joke. So yeah, this is where we've ended up with the twats, but they never actually filed when it came to putting in the full evidence, and they just didn't file a defence. So we'll be seeing what happens. I might have to get that number off you again, Albert, for that mate of yours about collect. You did put it in the admin chat, but I can't remember when you put it in there. I'll speak to you about it anyway, mate. So yeah, that's all. It's been quite straight. It's been a learning curve, because partway through, when we first went in at the small claims, and you put in the amount of money, and it went, no, you'll have to use the money claims online service. So we then off, and we registered and via the government portal and all this. Put the claim in. That was all great. Then a couple of weeks later, we had to sign in again. Couldn't get back into the account. Changing password and everything. And then this thing came up saying there was some sort of maintenance going on the site. And then next time we went back in, the original service, which like small claims court government service, that it said we couldn't use because the claim was too much. All of a sudden it went, no, you can use this service now. And that's how I know that what we would call small claims court, that's up to 250 grand now.
Yeah. That might be small to some, but it's not small to me.
No, you know what I mean? But I think in the big picture of money these days, hence it's gone right up there.
It's feck all, as the user said there.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but yeah. So you can use that service up to 250 grand. But yeah, it's been interesting, you know, going through the claim and just seeing how the process went. It's not quick, but it hasn't been outrageously slow, because we know what the court system's like anyway, so you don't expect anything back for 3 or 4 weeks at a minimum, do you?
And just also, I know you ordered food, and if you want to skip off and eat, then yeah, I know you don't need permission, but yeah, if you are starving Marvins, Kevin.
Well, I am, but I'm also not concerned about it at the moment. I'll eat when we're done.
Oh, bless you. All right.
It's all good.
Yeah, so you've got a result there. That is a result and a half. Standing up for principles and what is just right and proper. To be fair, then spending the time, putting the effort in, formulating the particulars of the claim, finding out who the what the support is, what the process is. Did you use any external agencies, or did you get help from anywhere? Were the courts helpful? How did you
The
find
only
navigation in
the
general and support?
courts have been good. I think Mike's had some um, personal interaction with somebody at the court. I mean, we haven't had anything. They've had any bollocks, and they seem to be very helpful. Um, the main input, obviously, did a lot of the letters ourselves, but there was his training standards were you're saying, right, you've got to do this and that and that, and then put in a letter of complaint, and they gave us some two or three paragraphs, I can't remember, to add to the letters, and so we've followed all the protocols via them, and that's why I went down that road, not just winging it. Right, well, let's go and speak to them, because that was the first place, where to go from here, type of thing. And we explained to them, obviously we'd done quite a lot by this point, but say it took 8 months, and then there's all this time. And I think their bill is going up at just shy of £5 a day, because that was fun, breaking down all the different compensation, if you like, and then adding it all together over X amount of days, and then dividing it to get a daily interest rate of how the charges were accruing. Oh, fucking hell, that was a laugh. But we got it done. So yeah, it's just sometimes, and it's been, I suppose, it might not have been so nice as if I was defending something, but on the claiming side, it's been good, really. I mean, I wouldn't say it's been frustrating. Court seems to be very helpful, but as I say, the other lot didn't file anything, because I was rather hoping that we'd go to court. But obviously, very early on, we already knew what they're going to go to court with. They've got no evidence, nothing. It's never sent any letters, nothing. So what are they going to prove? No phone calls. How can you build a case from you haven't done anything? So, fucking
Very
hell.
difficult. It's not often that we are the what is it called now, the plaintiff rather than the defendant. Yeah, to be the plaintiff is the
Claimant in this claimant in this case. But yeah, plaintiff. But yeah, it's just not bad. The forms or the online stuff. That's a bit monotonous, but we had a lot of stuff to put in, and you're going to, little boxes, so you have to keep adding boxes and another little bit, and then you're remembering, oh right, forgot about that bit that came in between those two, and so. But it was relatively. I say the part I thought was going to be the worst was the court, and it seems to have been really smooth sailing with them. So. Yeah, as I say, it's all knowledge, isn't it? It's all knowledge.
Yeah, well done. Yes, plaintiff, American English claimant. I did that on purpose so we can define when people see that what the differences are. And something else I want to bring to the table before we end. is I got asked to assess a new member of staff with regards to reach truck and some other MHE that he was required to use at the company. And he mentioned to me that he's worked at a big company, a shipping company, and he's got licenses. No, there are no such thing as licenses. Certification and training for other vehicles which are up to 10,000 ton counterbalance, 10 to 15 in the category that I bigger trucks than I can even drive. And he said it's a shame really, because I've got about probably, he said, 20 grand's worth of training through these vehicles across my time at this company. He says I've written to them and asked them for the certificates, but they don't give them out. I said, oh really? So you're after some data for your mechanical handling equipment training at this company, and they've denied you access, have they? He went, yeah. I says, are you interested in getting them? He's like, well, they'd be handy, wouldn't they? He says, there's a lot of money there. And I went, okay, so I can do that for you if you want, and then you can give a donation to the trust should it be successful. And I introduced him to the subject access request. And told him verbally. He says, I haven't got a clue what you're on about. I says, don't worry. I says, we've done this a few times now, and the Information Commissioner's Office oversee this, and the data regulations, ensure that this can be done, but it has to be done in a certain way, in a timely manner, and what you require will be given to you. He says, really? I says, yeah, he's like 50 something, he's no spring chicken, he's been in the game a long time, he's accrued a lot of massive truck licenses, and he's come to me, he's having to be trained on his piddly, I say a reach truck, it's 2,000 kilogram lift, counterbalance to 2,000 kilogram, lifts 13 metres in the air. It's no mean feat to drive this around safely in a warehouse, lifting 1,000 kilo, 12 metres in the air, and depositing, stacking and destacking, as you do in the 8-hour shift. Mm-hmm. But still, compared to what he can and has previously done, it's a Kinder Egg toy. And I says, yeah, I'll sort that out for you. So I'm in the process of helping him out to obtain that. And he's like, how do you know this? Where does this come from? I'm like, I'll tell you later. You just sit back and we'll get you your training records, no problem, lad. He says, oh, I'll definitely give you something for that. I'm like, I didn't make him sign anything, verbal agreement. I just like to help, as we all do. Knowledge is power, yeah. So I shared the knowledge and showed him that he's got some power, because he thought that them saying no was the door was shut, and he's got no chance of ever getting it. His training records. I says, no, that's not how it works. So again, it's like anything, you don't know what you don't know, and then having a little bit of information, knowledge, support in the community goes a long way, doesn't it? Or knowing others that have that sharing between us all, backing each other up. Or what you've done with Michael, or what we're doing with DWP, what Bert and Anders are doing in the groups and the admin, and what we do across the .com, Facebook, YouTube, etc. The chat room's doing right now.
Yeah. Blu-ray Soul in the chat. You see that, Dave?
Say what?
Blu-ray Soul. I haven't seen that name for a while.
I'm going to have a look now. I just got a notification. Is Stephen, are you still here? I want to see if Stephen's still there when he last... I got a chat with him. He did want a chat with me and you. I remembered before I went away in July. He wanted to get together and talk about something. Yeah, there's quite a lot of new grey named YouTubers, tubers, sovereign scribes, Sova scribes. Yeah, it's good to see. It's been quite interactive tonight. We've had a giggle.
Yeah.
Useful.
Had 3 hours as well.
I know, it's we've done it proper there. Dave in a cave. That's right, Blu-ray Soul. I've been swapping the the backgrounds all evening. Can we hear something about your adventures with the UC? Oh wow, that we were just about to go.
Yeah, well, just briefly, it's the angle we've taken is it's breach of contract stroke agreement. There's no legislation requiring us to make a new claim because they're changing the system, etc., etc. That's the angle we're taking. Rules and regs. And there's some charges attached. Should they force or coerce? So, yeah, we like playing games with them because we're good at it. But it's not for everybody. As I say, you got to think about your own situation. If you can't afford to have your money stopped, it's probably not the game for you. But it could also be the case that if you're lucky enough to be one of the later ones to go over to it, we might have already got a slam dunk on it by then. So, but yeah, it's just what they are, who they are. It's not disclosed. Why have I got to make a new claim? I'm not changing anything. You're the ones changing it. Where's the legislation that says you can change the name of something and I've got to make a new claim to it? Or where have you informed me in my current agreement with ESA? Blah, blah, blah. And it's been served on them 3 times as well. Same letter 3 times, rule of 3s. So it can't be a mistake. They can't have lost it, misplaced it. It's malicious, clearly, which I've reminded them about. So that's the road we take. But that's it in a nutshell, really. It's as a quick breakdown of how we're approaching that at the moment.
Yeah, thank you for that, Kevin. We are on the short goodbye now, so chat room, be warned. This is your notice. We're going soon. I will apologise for the channel's lack of activity. I've been in a crazy place this last 24 months, and I've needed time. This channel will do. I will appear and cast and stream with regards to mental wealth, because that's something that has touched upon me several times, and I'm aware that it has many others. And at the beginning we talked about this briefly, and the relevance of it in the line of work, the avenues of the deeds that we do. So I will pick that up. The channel's not been deleted. We haven't gone anywhere. There's no hiding from anything, just from me to you. And I know it's not been easy for anyone, but I've had some difficulties. I'm still the same old G, but I've had to think long and hard. I've had some trying times, and I've changed a lot. I hope that's apparent, but scares health wise. We've had a lot going on. We've had a poorly sick mother-in-law we've looked after. It hasn't always been proper for me to do anything with respect to the family, the settings, the room, having time and space. A little bit had my duck knocked off, you could say. I know there are expectations from this channel, from the work we do, what I've professed, where I've said we will be, and how we get there. I felt overwhelmed at times with regards to everything. When I say everything, the website, the Facebook areas, the Telegram, the emails, the messages, accountability, responsibility has been somewhat overwhelming. And a lot of you have said in the past that you don't know how we, particularly me, do it, and I don't know how I did it, but we did it, and it's something that needed controlling and remanaging. These three here have helped me immensely, as well as my family support network, but you've been left out in the cold somewhat, so we will look to structure regular weekly or fortnightly. Maybe we'll get together every 2 weeks or something, but these three have got their own commitments and difficulties as well. Kevin's not actually grafting at the minute. He's in his position, of which is a delicate one. Anders has had a lot on and he's doing what he can. Bert is grafting alongside myself. So I know we said at the beginning and the title of the video what it is and what we're here for and why we're here, to celebrate their born days and in memory tribute of Paul, aka Man, commonly known as Roger Taylor. I take that on the chin, but at least we didn't disappear. Nothing's untoward has happened. It was just I needed to take some time and face the changes within, and my hyperactivity and the way that I have been on this channel over the years. Turns out I'm on the spectrum, autistic, and got ADHD and dyslexia, so that then helps me with regards to informing my blood of the genetic makeup that they may or may not have from their father. And also it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't help me in any way. I didn't need pigeonholing or compartmentalizing. It was just am I right or am I not? Is it from trauma? Is it from not parental alienation? Is it from abuse? Is it just that I'm not right? Is it just that my cup overflow? If you get where I'm coming from. So it's been a difficult time, a very challenging time, and it's not intentional. We do try. We've been places. We kept ourselves in the private. We were always active, and managing things. And just because you weren't seeing anything doesn't mean necessarily that things have stopped. But the website needs a sort out, and we need to involve you more. So those are the reasons for that, and we're back, and everything's all right. We're still here. We've got more grey hairs, a few missing teeth, a few more pains here and there, but we will work on that, and I'm going to focus for myself and you on mental wealth and see if we can accrue some of the youth along the way, and also work towards providing you with more information that will help you out with regards to the state we're all in, your rights, and what is what, when I say rights, birthright, RITE, the rights we need to focus on. We were before making a lot of noise and not really accomplishing anything, just chatting, having a laugh, a giggle, creating controversy, playing the game, and it didn't always work to our advantage, and it wasn't an effective use of our time. The title in the trust for SPLS Pro, with the inclusion of Latin est nunc pro tunc, now for then, and that's something that I need to the royal we need to focus on. What we do now, we do for then, and we realise the state of play and the urgency of the need to protect your rights, your family, your blood, your assets, your credits, and things like that. So we'll see what happens, but apologies on that respect, and thanks to Anders, Bert, Kevin for all that you've done and all that you continue to do, your legendary work, your legends, living legends, so I don't know where I'd be without you, to be fair. It hasn't been easy. I'm not the easiest. I say to Anne-Marie, how the hell have you put up with me all this time? How are we still together? She really must genuinely love me, is what I said to her, because it's 10 years this December. We've been common law man and wife, if you like, which has flown in some ways.
Yeah,
Oof,
done
yeah.
it.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. So less is more in some respects, not necessarily because you just not make sense because there hasn't been any much activity, you know, but you'll get more now. It's quality over quantity, and we've got things to bring to the table that are advantageous to you, that are useful to you. We're focused, and we are, you know, we're ready for it, and I thank you all who's watched today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your input. The chat room's been amazing. Thank you to all the new scribes, and bless up.
Yeah, can I just say, just for me, just to end and say good night, everybody. Just want to say, rest in peace to Roger. You'd be really missed, mate. You are missed, and I hope you're having a good laugh up there, mate.
Looking down now, yeah, commenting from above. Yeah. We keep the spirit alive. We continue on, and we pass on, you know, yeah, to you and to others. We are the change that we want to see. We accept that we can, what's that quote? Give us the power to accept the things that we can't change and to change the things that we can, or something. I know that's ruined it, but yeah.
I think that is anonymic alcoholics that say that thing.
What's that again? You was very quiet, Anders. What was that?
It's anonymic alcoholics. They are using that phrase.
I don't know. It's just what come to mind, but you know what I mean. Anything final words from you over in Sweden, our resident chemist and brother there?
No, not really, but I really enjoyed this evening. It was some good subjects coming up, and it was relaxed. And yeah, no, I liked it. And I hope we can do this more often, actually, both for our members and for ourselves.
Well, previously I have worked a lot of 4 on 4 off, which then doesn't allow any structured routine. Obviously it does because it's 4 on 4 off, but the weekends for you and the Sunday evenings are normally a prime time for us to cast. And then, so yeah, I think Sunday evenings, I know Albert does have a sporadic pattern there, but you two are free. Albert, Anders and Kevin are free mostly, you know, any time, but the weekends are good for you, and they'll be good for me. So it's just then catching Albert and including him as and when he's available. Even though he doesn't want to say much or feels that he hasn't got much to say, he's still, when he gets into his zone, he comes out with stuff that just blow us away, like that referencing that we did earlier. So yeah, big up to you all, to the knowledge that you have, and for your love and time, your compassion. It truly is somewhat overwhelming again in some ways, and to feed it back to one another is equally as endearing, you know, as the knowledge that you have, the actions that you do, and how you've helped one another, helped me, and how we pass that on. So yeah, it's been good, it's been different, it's been lively, and I've enjoyed it too. But Kevin needs to eat. Anders is an hour in front, and Bert is probably fading away.
Hour in front, you know what that rhymes with.
Back to front, yeah. Thank you all. Albert, would you like to say goodbye or say anything before we exit?
Yeah, night, all. Yeah, all good. I'm off out early in the morning, so.
Fair play, Albert. I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Selector, rewind. All right then. 3 swift hours done. Thank you, brothers, for your time.
Night, all.
Good night.
Bosh.
Night, Anders. Dave, speak to you soon. Love to everybody, and keep well. You know where to find us.
15-minute medium goodbye. All right then, we did well. Yes, thank you. Much love. See you soon.
But Moon.
Selector.